fancy. Seems fancy to me.
And that, my friends, is the voice of Doki Waki. Let's flip over here and get this thing started, shall we? Let's see. Howdy, folks. Oh, glad the first image I show is me clipped into the voxel. Super cool. Super cool. How's everyone doing? The question of the moment is, does chat work? Because I have had issues with chat, as everyone knows, on streams many times, and last time it blocked everybody who spoke English was blocked. So if I can get a what in the chat to see if it's working or not. Let me see. Let me see if I can do it myself. Chat working. Huh, what? Oh, Doc, there we go. I'm assuming that's you, Doki Waki.
Yeah, that's correct.
Nice, chat is working. All right, everybody. Boy, oh boy, do we have a bunch of builds to go through. I was going to build this platform real quick. To put all of our builds on here. I got a little bit behind here this morning, I guess. We are doing a community showcase for our different smuggler builds, and my goodness, we have quite a bit to go through, don't we, Doki Waki?
Yeah, it's a real full roster tonight.
We sure do. All right, let me get this platform built real quick. Just have a nice little spot to put all these. I don't think I think there's so many. I don't think I'll be able to have them all in one instance of a world. I think there's so many that the PCU is going to get too high with this race course. We'll see how many we can put out though. All right. So as some of you know, we've been working on some smuggler classes for our race event that is this weekend, March 7th to 8th, where we will be racing on this track, Smuggler's Gulch. I think I've linked it in the description below. If I, for some reason, forgot, I will retroactively put that in there, along with the collection for all of these smugglers. But yeah, this is our little racetrack. You race through these antennas. So we're going to do a time trial event this weekend where players will race. Let me switch to full screen here. Sorry. Screen, there you go. Players will have 5 laps to post up the best times through this circuit. And there's rewards for the best circuit time for 5 laps, the best lap time. The community will vote on the best build, which doesn't have to be like performance best build. It can just be what people's favorite builds are. And then there's also an award for whatever ship wins, because you don't have to use your ships in these race events. So if you want to race somebody else's, you can. So if you don't want to build, you can still race. But if you race with somebody's build and then you win the grand prize or whatever, then the person who designed that ship will receive a race engineered award as well. So got a few rewards lined up. This is our first race event, first of many, and I'm excited to see how these events go, especially as we get into multiplayer and that kind of fun jazz. So I guess let's just get into showcasing some of these builds that you guys have been working on. We got Doki Waki here in the Discord ready to talk through his builds, and just to highlight the, let's see, was I smart enough to have the link open? I was not. Let me pull up my let me pull up what we're going to run through here. Here is the Light Atmo Smuggler Class Racers. Okay, why can't I make this bigger? You know what? Press that button. We have 36. Well, there's one of them. There's 36 items in here. One of them is the Gulch. One of them is Renegade. So we have 34 user submitted smugglers for this class, and we're just getting started. This is just for our first event for our first class, and we're going to have many more classes in the future and many more smuggler events. So I'm excited to see how stacked this this collection gets. But you guys have been making some sweet builds, and let's just get right into them here. So Doki Waki, you have the, I know there's that like kind of skinny-ish build. You have two that you submitted, right?
I have 2 that I initially submitted, but I'm using the red blur, which is near the top there. It's actually just about in the middle of your screen now.
Yeah, that's okay. We'll put it up in here. Should have everything.
A few seconds behind on your like collection, so.
Yep, that'll be like that. That's okay. All right, so here we have first Oh, let me turn off destructions. Let's just do that right now.
Probably wise.
We will race with no destructions for all those who are curious. So this is the Red Blur by Dakiwaki. You want to give us a little ship tour here?
Sure, will do. Although, two things before we begin. One, you have actually forgotten to link the race map in the description of the stream.
Biscuits. It is in the,
and
is
two,
the collection there? The collection, it's in the collection. Did I put the collection there?
Oh, really? It is in the collection.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
good. Yeah, okay, it is right there. I'm a fool. Excuse me. I thought you'd link that separately.
I will link it separately as well.
And then two, hi, Dakiwaki, she, her, and this is my racer. So initially, what I was doing, what I tried to do with this is I wanted to create a 3-engine racer with 3 for upwards thrust, 2 for reverse, 1 medium for forward, and then the large in addition to that. But that didn't end up working out for a variety of reasons. I also ended up putting on more strafing than I should have in the initial design, and this is sort of a correction of those mistakes. You can see that one of the thrusters has also been dedicated to downwards thrust, which, as it turns out, SC2 has some very interesting interactions with inertia, especially when going over like humps and large inclines.
Mm-hmm.
And so that and the small thrusters up there were put in place to kind of correct that upwards drift.
Nice.
The design overall is somewhat inspired by like F-Zero racing cars, which is sort of why it looks like an F1 strapped with jet engines.
Count it. Let's take it for a little spin here.
Sure.
You can
Oh,
keep talking
also,
about it.
and something fun. If you look on the left side of the craft and you go down, you can actually access all of the batteries and I believe the inventory.
Yep. There you go. Quick pit stop that way. You got one tucked behind that thruster. Can you pull that one behind the thruster? We'll let you pull that if it's blocked like that.
I believe it will actually, yeah.
Turn on my head.
I'm not entirely sure. I think it will.
Oh wait, I'm not in my character. I can't grab these.
Oops.
Uh-oh, now I'm in the grid. Oh, there we go. Oh, my dampers are off. It lets you interact with this. You should be able to. If it's highlighted like that, you should be able to grab it.
Yeah, it highlights it, so.
I pity the pit maneuver, or the pit tech that's got to pull that out from behind that thruster.
Yeah, no, poor bastard. You've got to take out the whole casing.
Yeah, this was one of the first few that were in. I think you were probably one of the first 5 to submit a build, and I remember this one was decently quick. I was using this one a lot actually to figure out like ideal thrust configurations because all the thrusters were so accessible. So I was using this one to be like, all right, how does it feel with like 6 vertical thrust? And then I was using yours as the stripped down model because everything, it was like you were right at weight, and where you were the closest to sorry, I have a really hard time talking and racing at the same time.
No,
really
it's okay.
You were really close to weight. I was like, oh, this is the lightest one we have, and all the thrusters are accessible. So I was using this one to like just quickly configure all the different thrust configurations to figure out if there was one that was fastest or not. But yeah.
I'm curious to hear like what you did figure out with regards to that.
Well, so it's going to be map dependent. I don't know if I want to say what builds are the fastest now versus letting people figure out for the race event or whatever, but definitely so the Renegade I can get about a 45-second lap time, which the Renegade, this has a similar thrust package as the Renegade, except I think the Renegade has one more brake. You use one of the big ones on for downward, and I have the Renegade has both forward for braking.
Yeah, that's correct.
So it's a similar thrust package. So I imagine this could probably get a similar time as Renegade is 45. The builds that had a little more thrust in the back, I can get around like a maybe a 43, like the Kestrel, that one right there, that gray one on the right. You'll see on the stream here in a second. That one was pretty quick, and there's a couple others that people have built that are a similar thing that are also pretty quick, and there's also some that are using 6 vertical up thrust, which I think actually post at pretty good times. Somebody I think was mentioning they were able to get sub 40 with a certain build, and I don't know what build they were using, but I'm really curious to see their build in their racing line, and man, I am really bad at racing and talking at the same time.
I am interested to see what the 6 upward thrusters do, because that actually makes a lot of sense. I can see you like as you're racing using that upwards thrust for not just like keeping yourself in the air but also for strafing.
Right. Well, let's get
and
into
so
one
I'd
here.
imagine
Let's find
yeah
one.
so I'd imagine that like leveraging that more with gyroscopes is going to be a pretty huge advantage.
Yeah, and it'll change from race to race like that. Like Brib's Kestrel that was down there is pretty fast on this track, but I'm actually formulating a track, and during our race event is where if we have like downtime, like if people have done their times. We're just waiting for more people to pop in. I'll be developing another racetrack, and that track is a really compact track. And that one, like the build, like the Kestrel, that's like I'm calling them like a missile build or like a rocket build because they're mostly the thrust in the back. Those ones actually are really bad at turning and stuff like that. So like that build is like I was playing with the Renegades in that course, or the Smugglers, and that one in particular was like those missile style builds with no brakes or anything did really bad on those courses. Let's see, and if there's anybody that's in chat that's in the Discord and you want to pop in, we can talk about your build. So if you want to pop in there and do that, we can do that. Like I don't know if Carnivore is going to pop in here or not. I wanted him to talk about his build a little bit. He's got a 6-up thrust one. Almost need to have a checklist of who we're going to go through and stuff. I hate how slow this blueprint screen loads sometimes. Let's see if I can find.
Yeah.
I know Blunt, I think, he's submitted a bunch. I think he's got like 6 builds in here. I think some of his had 6 vertical thrust. But we can mess with Carnivores, and if he pops in, he can talk about it after the fact.
I'm probably gonna pop out myself, but you
right.
have a good stream.
All right,
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, thanks for talking about your ship. Fun little build. You gonna be there for the race event?
I sure hope so. We'll find out.
Nice. Well, there's 2 times, so, and we can extend the times if people need a little bit more time to get in there or something.
Well, fair enough. Yeah, good luck. Goodbye.
Thank you. Yeah, so this one, I guess I should show it a little bit more. I just wanted to get into racing this thing, so this one's pretty cool. So this is Carnivores. I think I said that. I think that was right. Correct. This was Carnivores. Let me double check. Yeah, Carnivores. This is a fun little ship. Oh, there I go. Why am I falling? Let me get back to my spectator camera. I don't need to be in that camera. This is pretty cool, and this one's using 6 vertical thrusts, which I'm excited to see how those perform on the course. I haven't actually ran the course with a 6-1. Oh, who do we got in here now?
Hey, how's it going?
Who popped in here? Can't see my screen. Oh, Blunt. Hey, Blunt.
Hey.
How's it going? You've got a lot of builds, my friend.
Yeah, I may have a problem.
It's all right. There's no problem. Let's pop over to yours real quick. I'll put this back over here. We'll get back to Carnivores here in a second. We can walk through your myriad of race. Oh, this one doesn't break very well. Oh my gosh, we're gonna hit the wall. Holy smokes. All right, I guess if you have 6 vertical thrusts, you sacrifice a little bit of reverse thrust. Let's see if we can park this bad boy. Couple thrusters down. Oh man, I know that in some cases, like especially on this sort of a course, braking isn't always necessary, but when it comes to docking a ship, it really stresses me out when ships don't have braking power. All right, which one of yours do we start with? How many do you have in here? Do you have 6?
Too many. Way too many. 10,
20? Half the collection?
I almost feel guilty because I submitted too many.
Nah, it's fine. It's all right. There can't be too many. Let me see. So let me just search for your name on here because that'll be easier. When I just do a search for your name, there's 10, but I think your name pops up in a couple other places. All right. So we'll load a couple here. Load the skid mark up. It's the first one I see.
Oh dear. Yeah,
This was the builds, OG, wasn't it?
They were early. The skid mark was the first.
And
honestly, I wouldn't use that one today. I've learned a lot.
We'll put it in the background. It's there. Just power it down here.
Throw it out. It looks cool, but that's all I'm gonna say.
Let's see. We've got the Fugitive.
The Fugitive looks cool too.
Oh yeah,
I think that was the first one where I changed some of the thruster configuration around.
Any notes about this one? Badass looking little ship. Got it placed here. I know my stream's a little behind from our chat here, but I got the Fugitive placed in the world.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's a bit of lag here. Yeah, kind of a Batman theme. I don't know.
It does give off Batman vibes.
Yeah.
That's for sure what it does.
I wanted to build something that looked like it was going to be fast. Yeah, I've gone to 4 thrusters down, vertical thrusters, up, down, whatever. And I seem to be sticking with that because I want to keep the lateral thrust also. It's my style.
Yeah. I
recently tried 6 thruster vertical and it doesn't jive with me so well. I lose a lot of lateral thrust.
Yeah,
so.
that's the thing, is it's like you can get a bunch of thrust in one direction, it feels really good in that direction, and then you start moving around, you're like, oh, do I really not like having thrust in all these other directions? Really depends on race
I will
style.
say that the SAR quad, kind of like a Shrek thing, SAR quad, far quad. That one seems to be really stable, and I don't know if it's because the engines are all spaced out and equal. That's when I started questioning whether center of mass was a thing or not.
Yeah, I haven't done a lot of testing for. I know there's no like center of mass in terms of like if you put all your thrust in the very back of the ship will just still perfectly go up straight. I don't know if it plays a role with gyroscopes or not, because I think I was reading in a Discord, people were talking about like the center of mass with gyroscopes, like it might change, or either center of mass of where the gyroscopes are at will determine where it rotates, or like the center of mass is where the gyroscopes rotate from. That makes sense.
And I have a second version of that changes up some of the thruster placement.
This one's got 2 thrusters on both sides, the big ones. Wow. What do you have in the back? Just the 5? Yeah.
Just the made bigger.
Interesting. And then do we have we just have those little ones for braking. Does it brake pretty well? How does it brake?
It brakes okay. I actually switched it out to 4 per side in favor of putting 4 per side in the back also. So just it was like a rebalance of thrust.
Yeah. Man, this one's right at 30 kilograms too. 30,000 kilograms rather.
I find a lot of my builds are at 30K.
Oh, glad I didn't miss the stream. You made it, Uncle Andy. Good evening, Mr. Diggrok. Hey, Toxic Diver. How's it going, everybody? Yes, when we were ideating in the Discord a while ago for Race League, where there'd be like a sort of a quadcopter style racing league. So like literally the only thrust is the kind of like just remove all the thrusters except your vertical thrusters, basically like drone racing kind of thing. Would be a really interesting league. So everyone's got like 4 vertical thrusters, and that's the only thrusters you have, so you have to fly them like drones. The caveat is the game's weird about vertical thrust, and like if you don't have some thrusters to stop you from rising, your grid will just like infinitely rise. But you'll probably have to race without dampeners on if that was a race style anyway, and that's not an issue without dampeners.
It would have been really nice if you said, I want to go down, and it just shut off the thrusters underneath you, the lift thrusters.
So Stonelord says he thinks it should be they rotate from the center of mass, I believe. Yeah, that's what I think. I mean, I guess we could test it if we really wanted to know.
Yeah. The Coyote had 4 thrusters sort of towards the front of it, and I found the handling was different.
Coyote.
And that's all I had to go with.
Oh, okay.
Super scientific, right?
Super scientific.
Super scientific. So after that, I started to try and balance them. The one I'm working with today, and I'll probably race with weekend, is Drifter.
I really like the what you did with these on the what is this one I just placed you were just talking about? I already forgot the name. The orange one. Coyote. I like what you did with the pillars on here. It's kind of shows kind of like a fueled cell almost kind of vibe.
Mm-hmm.
So what did you notice? So what did you notice? So this is a similar package of the quad. What were you saying you kind of noticed was making you question center of mass things?
The vertical thrusters are more in the front. If you go underneath, you'll see a group of 4.
Yeah, I'm down there. You just noticed that those being up front, and not balanced, it kind of just felt different.
It just felt different. I can't say that it is that. It made me question things a little bit.
Because it doesn't matter where your thrusters are at in this game. So like even if you put thrusters, like if I extended off the back of this ton way back here, and I were to slap on a bunch of thrusters, it won't make any difference on that. I mean, I'm in like I keep pressing approximately up shortcuts for building. that game uses like right click to place things, and it's really messing me up. Oh my gosh. I'm totally.
And maybe SE1 was a bit more sensitive to it, but
so like this won't. So I put a bunch in the back here. This won't make a difference. It'll still just go straight up. So there's definitely nothing about that. It's with the gyros and stuff.
Hey, who's having a bad day?
Yeah. How many races we've got in total already? Must be a bunch. I hope people have been coming into the league for the past few weeks. Yeah, we have 32 in the collection here to run through. There's 36 items in here. If you remove the racetrack and the renegade, there's 34 total smugglers. So yeah, we've been smuggling for sure. Get rid of all this crap I put on here. All right, let's land this back down. Yes, it seems like on most of these you use a pretty similar thruster layout on everything, pretty much, right?
Yeah, Drifter's the latest one. You'll see the similarities and some of the changes, but nothing major.
This whole back row is just the blunt collection.
Yeah.
Drifter. Try placing it up right. That's green.
Yeah, I gotta get some different colors going.
It would be fun too to see like if people like want to race but they don't want to use they don't want to make their own builds, they just want to use a pre-built one. It'll be interesting to see if people do like custom liveries on any of the builds, because it'd be really fun to see a bunch of the same build but a bunch of different paint jobs.
Totally. I'm an amateur at paint, so.
So this is a similar package, it looks like, same thruster layout.
Yeah, they're a bit balanced.
Well, having the
definitely more in the back or forward thrust.
Yeah. Well, having the extra side thrust will probably be useful on some of the more agile courses. I know there was like somebody was making a suggestion of like having like kind of quirky style races where like you like race sideways like a crab or something like that, but so I was kind of riffing on that, and I was like, well, if we do a race like that, you'd probably just still race forward, but it would just be a track where like it kind of jogs you left and right, so you sort of have to like slalom through the objectives, and for those courses a bunch of side thrusts would be really useful to have. What's also nice about the side thrust is that you can like, if when you're banking, you don't really like lose altitude, so if you're doing a lot of like banked corners, having that side thrust can help prevent you from losing altitude while banking.
Yeah,
it is sometimes I like to make custom cockpits with the control seat, but it's sometimes really hard to beat the field of view that you get in just the actual cockpit block.
you look so moody when you're in the cockpit.
Yeah, I can't wait till we get more cockpits.
It's like you got tinted windows or something.
That'd be interesting if you could tint your windows. So you're like climbing up like the hill there. I know the stream's delayed, but when you climb up some of these hills on the corners, having that side thrust, it's really helpful if you need to gain altitude and bank at the same time. Man, I am just dog water talking and racing.
Really helpful when you blast through the chicane.
Been a while since I've seen those cover walls as detailed. Good job, Blunt. That was Uncle Andy says, good job, Blunt. He was talking about the cover walls as detail for the half walls. Those half walls, I actually almost made a video saying that the half walls are one of the most useful detail blocks in the game, because they are useful for a lot of really cool greeble. Like they're useful for like radiators. They're useful for like my server rack has them to look like server racks. They're useful for like making like doors on ships. So if you have like a big hangar, I use the half walls like to where the door would close through. Like if there's like a door frame, they kind of come out of the door frame partially. Actually really useful blocks for just a lot of cool greeble. And yeah, they can flank your thrusters also.
The narrow pillars for the pinstriping.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, these guys here. Those are useful too. Sometimes they bug me that one side goes like they look good when they're butt to butt, or using a case like this where the dark end goes off. Sometimes when I'm using them, I'm like, man, I kind of wish they either the black either went off the end on both sides or just none of the sides sometimes, because sometimes you're placing, you just need one, but the pinstripe looks weird that it just terminates into it terminates off the block. All right, that was the drifter.
If you want to use it at an end, you'll wind up with like black circles, almost like headlights or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Different ways to play with them.
Let's see, we got the Maverick by Blunt as well. Do you think you'll make an in-depth-ish dive into mathematical and logical controllers in approximately up like the moon landing tutorial? Maybe probably not until the game's actually out. I'd get more into like logic controllers for that game. I did film a Let's Play for Approximately Up, so I'll be editing that and having that up soon. We've did the play through the whole demo, me and my buddy Splash Damage, and there was some goofy stuff going on, but maybe eventually logic controllers and that, but probably not till the game comes out. Lucas, the dev in the Discord, says that he thinks June is when that full game will come out. So this is the Maverick. Also, welcome to the stream plug. This is the Maverick by Blunt as well. What are we, about halfway through your ships?
Yeah, I know. That's really early design. First started playing with the requirements for the league.
It's a fun one though.
But yeah. Oh, I've had so much fun just building for the league.
Got the Greeble tied up against these thrusters. This one's got this one doesn't have your eventual thrust layout that you switch to. This is one of the ones you're still working with, various ones, but you got a lot of speed in the back.
Yeah, and that's what I initially started with. I thought speed in the back was what it was all about, but it is not.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it definitely is. It's not that. It just depends what, like, this course is pretty good to have a lot of thrust in the back, but it's also really risky. Like, there's a lot of like the like kind of the missile builds I can post the best times with, but I can't post like the safest times with. Like, I can run like a balanced package and get like a decent time and run a super clean 5 laps, but with like a build that's like all thrust in the back and not much control, I might be able to set the fastest lap time, but I have a hard time running 5 clean laps. So it's like it's kind of a risk reward system if people want to like chase the fastest lap or the fastest circuit. But if you can figure out how to get some of those really fast builds to run a clean circuit time, then perhaps we'll post a top time. We'll see. I like this one though. It's good little vibe.
Yeah.
Fun little vibe.
I hope to run a nice race. I don't know if I'm going to go for the fastest time, but I want to go with the prettiest lap.
Well, you never know. You might get both at the same time.
Yeah. I mean, all it takes is one crash to take you out of the running.
Yeah, but everyone might have one crash, so we'll see. It's a pretty zippy guy though. The first person is very immersive. Whoa, drifting off. Where do I not have thrust in a direction, or do I? That's weird. This one's got decent braking. Where can you find the Discord for Approximately Up? That's a good... Is it not on the Steam page? It should be on the Steam page. If not, if you message me on Discord and I'll send you a link to theirs. I thought about just putting their Discord link on the video, just since there's a ton of people on there, and there's a lot of people popping. Have I like not hit something? Have I made it 2 checkpoints this entire day without hitting a thing? There's a lot of people on that Discord their Discord's really popping for Approximately Up. There's a lot of people in there asking questions, so it is a good resource. I think it's in the it may be in their main screen of their menu. You might find the Discord link, but it should be on their Steam page or somewhere. I got it from somewhere. Maybe check their YouTube page. There's a YouTube page. They don't have many videos, but there is Discord link somewhere for sure. All right, let's park this over here. Let's see, what else do we have for you? Oh man, it's vertical. Oh, there's only one vertical up thrust. That's what's jamming me up.
Like I said, really early design.
Yeah. That's what keeps.
If you want to throw another one up, what about the mean streak?
Let's see, I'm lost. Where am I? There it is.
That was the one that we had a chuckle about.
Yeah, I know, Plug. You mean the Approximately Up. What I'm saying, if you message me on my Discord, just send me a DM. I'll shoot you an invite link to the Approximately Up Discord. I'm not sure where their link is. All right, there's that. You said the mean streak?
Yeah, that one was fun.
Oh yeah, this one.
Basically, all my builds become a variation on a theme.
Yeah, this one I was talking with Blunt earlier when I was testing these, and I thought this one was funny because it's sort of like this thruster on top sort of read to me as like they sort of just strapped on this thruster. Like it was like they had a build and they're like, we need to make it fast. All right, I got this engine here. Let's just strap it onto the top of the build here, and this thing will go like a rocket. It just kind of read to me as sort of like a redneck strap-on attachment. It was super funny. And this was the iterations where you had like 3 or 4 in this series. And I think this is when you kind of first started to get into this thruster layout, if I'm not mistaken. Was this series. There's 3 you sort of had in quick succession. I remember this was one of them.
Yeah, that was Mean Streak, Yellow Jacket, and Scrapper.
So Uncle Andy asked, so Blunt, what were some early discoveries with the first builds you improved with later designs?
Lateral thrust and more vertical thrust. And less braking.
Less braking.
Yeah. That's why I'm only using the small thrusters on the front.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's gonna be fun when we have when I have some additional courses for us. So like all the courses I'm making, ideally you can kind of use any class in any course. So like the small tight course I'm making is for a spec race, but it does feel good to race the smugglers on it. I think I showed you the proof of concept blunt for that other course. So it'll be interesting to see when we get like a more tight course. Like some of these builds will probably be really good on this course, and then just like dog water on the windy course. Not necessarily yours specifically, I just mean in the smuggler class. Like some of the builds are going to be optimized for this course, and then some will be optimized for future courses. So it's going to be fun when we have a collection of different courses, and different builds are going to be meta on different courses. It'll be like an ideal layout on a bunch of them.
Oh, as soon as there's a weight change and like the other courses like barrel racing, it's going to demand a whole different kind of craft.
Right. Yeah, I guess after finishing 4 laps, you can stop by crashing, no brakes needed. After finishing 5 laps, it's 5 laps. Yeah. So on your 5th lap, you can just speed into the chicanes if you want to. Definitely. All right, I know there's more. What did we not hit yet? You did the Centennial, that's right. So many.
Yeah.
Centennial.
Yes. The Centennial Falcon.
The Centennial
1/10.
Falcon.
Or the minimum Falcon, whatever you want to call it.
I want someone to tell me what lap I'm on, or I'll just keep going. Yeah, I'll be tracking the laps. So and at the end of the stream too, I'd like to actually, if somebody's around still wants to be a guinea pig, at the end of the stream, I want to just keep the stream going and then kind of run like a practice to make sure I can record, because basically you guys will stream on this Discord channel, and then I'll open the Discord channel and stream that, and then I'll time your laps here, but I'll be recording it also, so that way for laps that are close, I can actually go and like frame by frame see when people like cross over the finish line or whatever. So at the end of this stream, I just want to make sure that will work, that I can stream and do that at the same time. So I'll need a guinea pig at the end of the stream, and we'll just kind of pretend we're doing it and make sure it works. If not, I won't be able to live stream, but we'll see. And I'll just default to doing the live stream, and if for some reason the stream is just not doing well or the recording's coming up bad, we'll cut the live stream. But hopefully we can do that. Looks like the first Lego version of the Falcon is what Uncle Andy says.
Like a micro machine. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. Oh, micro machines. I forgot about micro machines. Oh, I used to love those military micro machines, like little tanks and stuff. That was my jam. I mean, I had the car ones too, but I also had a bunch of Hot Wheels, so we liked those versus the small cars. But the little military micro machines were my jam.
So this was inspired by all my fellow racers who were building asymmetrical ships.
Yeah, and definitely not at all inspired by the Millennium Falcon.
Like I said, it's the original racing smuggler.
The original asymmetrical ship. It is the original race. Yeah, the Falcon was one of the definitely one of the theme inspirations for having a smuggler class. It is in fact the original smuggler. This one doesn't have the vertical thrust. Man, yeah, this one you definitely need a lot of the vertical thrust for this hairpin.
Early on, I figured out you need more vertical thrust.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's going to be a very slow and careful race.
So when we have turrets, are you going to retrofit that center thruster for a turret?
Oh yeah.
Little micro Falcon. Boy, I didn't realize how many ships you had until I really started parking them all next to each other. What's our PCU limit? So I gotta get out to do that. Shut her down. We're already approaching the PCU limit.
Yeah, it happens.
Let's see. I know there's we got the Scrapper, Yellow Jacket. Those are the last two. Yeah, Scrapper and Yellow Jacket.
Yeah. if you're hitting your PCU, you could take the Maverick and the Falcon out.
This one reminded me of SE1 build that I have on the workshop, but I never actually, this was before I made content, so I never made videos about it. So it looks almost, it's like definitely like not the same, but it's the same colors, and it's like the cockpit is very similar, and the way you color it was very similar to another build I had. This gives me a little bit of nostalgia just because of that. Same thruster package, it looks like.
Yep.
But are you changing a little bit for like your vertical and your brakes? Are they changing slightly for each one, or are they all the exact same counts?
I've scaled them back, and now I've sort of balanced them to 4 on each side in whatever direction you're looking at for the small thrusters.
So what's cool about the fact that you have so many builds of the same layout is it gets me excited. Like if I put them all kind of, you got this one, the Drifter, Coyote. Basically just get rid of this middle one here. I'm gonna have to start moving stuff anyway. Let me do this real quick. Get rid of this guy. Boop. So these 4, all the same, and there'll be a 5th one I'm about to paste in also. All the same thruster package. And what that gets me excited for is we're gonna, like, the next class is gonna be a Spec class where it's gonna be the same, and we'll still do Smuggler Class also. Obviously, we're not ditching this class. But we'll just have additional classes. And the next one's gonna be a Spec race where the thruster package is gonna be defined for everybody. So it's cool to see, like, these 4 builds is that it sort of shows off the diversity of aesthetic you can have. So like these all 4 would, you know, if you've made a Spec race and these were the configurations, this would be your configuration, but these are all the different ways you can make it look cool. So that gets me excited for the Spec races because everyone will have the same performance baseline, but you can greeble it in all these cool different ways and stuff like that. So it'll be cool to see a variety of stuff on there. It's going to be pretty wild when we have like full multiplayer and we just have everybody lining up and we have 30 just completely different ships lined up in a race. It's going to be like pod racing. It's going to be super cool. I can't wait. But yeah, I like this one. Very, very muscly vibes. Looks like a brute. It looks like it'd be heavier than the other ones, to be honest. Like a lot heavier. But they're all similar.
Yeah.
Weight. But that's because like here you have the heavy armor just to get up to weight. It's a lighter build, but you had to use the heavy armor to get to weight.
Well, and that's the story of those few builds leading into the later builds is that Scrapper was too chunky.
Mm-hmm.
Yellow Jacket was too long. Mean Streak was shorter. You know, it's and then just trying different builds. Eventually, I got to Drifter, where it's the smallest build of mine. Coyote, I wanted to do like a land speeder kind of thing.
Yep. Yeah, it definitely gives land speeder vibes for sure.
Yeah, it was super fun.
The open cockpit will be fun to see when we start introducing some smuggler event scenarios where you're going to be. One of the things we're going to do, so one of the kind of events I want to do that's like sort of a race is once we get weapons and stuff and we're able to have like NPC ships, which hopefully soon, we can like create scenarios where like there's like a base or whatever and you have to like go in and like do a run to like run to a base and like steal their loot, like grab their stuff as a smuggler or whatever and like escape, but there'll be like weapons and stuff like that. So it'll be like a bit of a survival race, like a point-to-point sort of objective. So it'll be like a mission scenario, but we can also time it and see who does the best. So it'll be interesting to see how like that one, you know, maybe you wouldn't use the open cockpit for that type of race, but you know, certainly for just a race like this where we're just cruising around, you know, it goes. And then the other one you had was the Yellow Jacket.
Yeah.
Honestly, a lot of smaller ones use heavy armor for mass balancing. The Red Blur has a bunch. Yeah. That's definitely good to get up to scale. Yeah, for sure. If you want a skinnier or smaller build, it will likely be mostly heavy. Yep. Definitely. Which is fine. Whatever you got to do.
Yeah.
We just wanted people to have room to, you know, greeble something cool with the weights. So if you want less in a lighter ship, yeah, you just use the heavy armor. So this is the Yellow Jacket, again, the same configuration.
Yeah. Almost the same as the Mean Streak, except Mean Streak is shorter because I put the large engine on top.
Yeah, it's got that redneck modification.
Hold my beer.
Hold my beer. Exactly. Like the little intake scoop kind of to that back thruster.
It's like I said, I want a Mean Streak to be sponsored by Red Bull.
Yeah.
It has that vibe.
I think the Mean Streak is more Monster Energy vibes than Red Bull.
It could go either way.
Maybe Nitro Circus even.
Yeah. I had fun with the arms on the Yellow Jacket.
Yeah. Yeah, I like them. They look cool. Oh, is it the same? Is it the exact same front as the Mean Streak in terms of the shape of the? Looks like it.
Similar.
One more thruster in the front for the Mean Streak, reverse thruster, and then you put the extra one on the down thrust. I see. Nice. Well, okay, this whole back row is just blunts. He's been working.
I'm embarrassed. Somebody else can get in here and talk to you.
Yeah, if someone else wants to hop in and talk about their ships, feel free to hop in the Discord chat, and you can talk about your ships. Otherwise, I'll just run through the list and just make up my own stories and commentary. But quite the collection you got going, Blunt. You've been busy.
Awesome, thank you.
Yes, sir. All right. Docky says, honestly, it'd be cute if the spec races were a Red Bull / Nitro Circus style event sponsored by DSI. I do actually. So one of the main reasons I actually wanted to make a smaller racetrack is to decorate it better. I wanted to decorate this, but what I found out is there's really strict, like right now, like game limitations on like how big of an object you can put in, and it seems to be based on block count. So like these chicanes right here, like if I copy and paste just one of these chicanes, the game like can't handle itself. Like it drops to like a one frame every like 3 seconds, and it's very hard to place things. And you can see the scale of it. I mean, they're big. They have a lot of blocks. I think there's like about 6,000 blocks in one of these. So I when I was doing that, I was like, I'm not gonna be able to decorate this like I wanted to. Like I wanted to have like oh, Quaddy Quad, thanks for the subscription. Like I wanted to have like a big crass ship in this like valley here, or else like a gate, like a big wall structure, as though the gulch was like a actual dwelling place for the smugglers. But with the way the game is now, you can't really place big objects. It's not like a game. It's not like a PC limit or a computer limitation. Like my computer will be humming along just fine, and I'll just paste in one of those blocks, and my performance won't change in my computer. So but the engine itself starts to crash. So I was like, crap, I'm not gonna be able to like decorate this, at least not until they optimize it more. I can't decorate it the way I want it to. But with the smaller course, going back to what you were just saying, Doc, is the smaller course, we can add a lot of cool decorations. So I can add in like I want to add in like sponsorship billboard things, even if they're not real, just like in-game lore billboards. So like, yeah, like DSI could be one of them, or if somebody else wanted to have something, or maybe there's actually a company that wants to sponsor it, and I can put their their like logo on the billboards or whatever. But the smaller racetrack, we can actually make it look like a full-on racetrack and actually decorate it like really in-depthly. Which is hard to do with just this big space, because you can see if I can't even just place one of those things without the game crashing, it's gonna be really hard to decorate this full space until they kind of fix some of those, optimize it farther. The other thing too, I don't want to get too crazy with decorating, is the voxel and stuff might reset on a future update. So like when they when water releases, if they're changing the voxel maps or anything, this whole area could potentially be underground, so I'd have to like rebuild it. So, and if that does happen, I'll just rebuild a new Smuggler's Gulch. So I was like, I guess I won't get too crazy with doing major decorations to this one, but we can with smaller course, we can decorate a little bit better. But any decorations I do add, I can blueprint and we can place it again in the future. So we'll figure it out one way or the other. Uncle Andy Industries is a sponsor. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, maybe like one of the things. So if I start adding billboards and stuff, maybe one of the race rewards is that like you get like a sponsorship billboard or something like that. So if you have like an in-game lore company, it becomes like a sponsor on the billboard. So like the sponsors are like the in-game lore companies that are building these race ships or something like that. We could definitely mess around with a lot of fun stuff like that. I'm down to kind of take this, however far we want to take it. So so I'm hearing is that we're going to be doing soapbox racing next. Yeah, so actually I would love to do that. I actually have, so once we get like wheels and stuff, I was gonna actually explore with a lot of like downhill racing stuff. It wouldn't be like the smooth concrete stuff like you see with the Red Bull ones, but I do want to do some like downhill events with like on rough terrain and stuff like that. Yeah, there's really nothing is off the table right now for different classes and stuff like that. And Uncle Andy made a new logo today for the Uncle Andy Industries. Nice. All right, so getting back to Carnivore here. We'll get back to Carnivore ship here. Started talking about it, and we hopped over to Blunts. This one was just submitted recently. It's a pretty cool build. Gives like Anakin vibes a little bit in terms of the color scheme. I've been wanting to mess around with doing this slope window, so it's fun to see somebody using the big window effectively. I shouldn't say not effective. I think this is the first one that's used this big window. I like one of the things I was holding out for to use these big windows is I was going to wait for like rotors and stuff, because one things with rotors that's going to be really cool is being able to like have like really sloped, like really sleek ships. Like you could put this window on a rotor and you could even make it like more of a lower angle to make it super, super low profile. So I'm excited to mess with stuff like that. And it'll be interesting to see initially how well, like when the mechanical blocks come out, how well we can paste in subgrids. I know they had a note on the recent dev diary. There was like a highlight about subgrids. What was the note exactly? Actually, I just want to make sure I'm not misquoting here. Go to this thing, C2 news, because it was a pretty big, I remember it was, so will we get blueprint projections for subgrids? Copy pasting projections of blueprints with subgrids is not fully supported yet. You can build on pistons and rotors individually in VS 2.2, but when you paste a grid that includes connectors, rotors, or pistons, only the main grid will be projected for now. We are definitely planning proper support for subgrid projections in a future update. So I guess when we get the mechanical blocks, don't get too crazy with making your grid rely on it, because it might not work, which is too bad. And I don't know if copying and pasting, if this is just, if he's just saying here, just the copying and pasting in the world. So if I have a ship in the world and I copy and paste that, it won't support it. I'm curious if that also includes if you paste it from a blueprint, or if it's just if you're copying and pasting it in the world. Because as long as you can place the blueprint, then we're all good. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Let's see. Blunt says, I like the grill in the front. It's tucked in there really well. Oh yeah, this little grill. Yeah, it is tucked in there real nice. I agree. Honestly, I'm disappointed there aren't smaller window blocks. I really wanted to do a little windscreen on mine. Yep, I do hope we get some smaller ones eventually. Because that's why on the Renegade I don't even have windows on it, because I wanted to have like a certain silhouette. And I think that's why a lot of people don't have windows on theirs, is because you're trying to achieve like a certain silhouette, and there's no way you can do that and have like a properly sized window. So yeah, maybe one day. Now, modular ships will become very interesting depending on how subgrids are implemented. Yes, indeed. Yeah, Uncle Andy's been cooking up like a modular ship system. I can actually show it in here. Let me pull it up here. A little spoiler here. Since we're doing a spotlight of community anyway, let me show you what Uncle Andy's been working on. So here's a preview of one put together. But essentially all of these are like modules he's putting together, so you can paste in, there you go, this ship here, and sort of piece together this thing however you want. He's still working on it, but I'm curious to like play with it and see just how crazy you can get with configuring it in different ways. I know he's got like certain connection points and stuff. Things are designed to go get together a certain way. And this is sort of one of the promises sort of SC2 is doing stuff like this. I mean, you can do stuff like this in SC1 also, but like when Keen first launched the game, they had their like blue ship with all the different modules, so you could like put together your blue ship however you wanted. I know I've got like a frigate build I'm working on where the frigate has like 3 main different types of pieces, but then like for the 3 main pieces, there'll be like sub variants of different kinds, like basically different rooms you can paste in kind of thing. But yeah, so it's fun to see people working with this, and Uncle Andy's been sharing a lot of progress shots for this modular ship. So it'll be fun to get in there and piece that together. And I think once we have like some cool builds, I've been I'll probably actually have like just regular full-length videos about like people's builds as well. Like there's some really cool builds that I want to highlight and talk about, and so I'll probably have some dedicated videos to some creators as well. How long are you live for? Hey, Ire. Well, we're about, I don't even know if we're halfway through yet. So definitely will be live for at least another hour probably here. How's your community stream going? I know Ire's been working on for SU1, a Never Surrender event. It's a Star Wars community builds event They're putting together a bunch of Star Wars ships, and they're going to do like a survival wave challenge. So be sure to check that out. Actually, here, let me put this. Let me press my IR button since I haven't set up my shout outs yet. Here's my IR button. Boop. There's this channel there if you want to go check out his Never Surrender event. But yeah, I'll be streaming here for a minute. So if you're wrapping up with yours and are looking for somewhere to raid, I'll be here. But yeah, this is a cool little build. Doesn't have the braking that some of the other builds have, but it has 6 vertical thrusters. I actually am curious to run a lap with this because I have not run a lap with a 6 vertical, like a full lap with a 6 vertical thruster. And I was curious if that's like how good it is in this one. Pretty sure Blunt's catalog got you over the halfway point. He's about a third. He was about a third of the third of it. Iris, this sounds good. We'll be throwing potatoes at you soon. Awesome. I appreciate it. Yeah, Iris doing his. We both just. I didn't even look to see if he was streaming today, and he was also doing a community spotlight for a Star Wars thing. So let me get down to altitude here. I'm nervous to get too carried away with this. A lot of times these ships that don't have braking and stuff, you just kind of want to get set up, and then once you start going, you don't really want to stop because they don't like to stop sometimes. But I'm curious, like through the corkscrew and through the hairpin, how well the 6 vertical thrust pans out. Oops, I did a lot there. Vertical thrusted right there into that chicane. But if you get drifting, you can just lean with this thing, and the 6th thrust should stop you pretty good. Definitely helps you power through here. Turn this on so you can see my speed. Don't know why that lock connector thing is there. Man, it just whipped around that corner. Man, yeah. The 6 up is definitely whips you around. All right, this is where I think the 6 up will really help you out. You can just probably fly into this and just sort of the last minute get off. You sure can. Ooh, that was a slow corner, but yeah, I think there's definitely some advantage to having the 6 thrust. I mean, I'm not an expert at the racing line with the 6 thrusters. That's kind of the thing with each different one is depending on your configuration, your racing line might be like a little different from build to build, which is pretty cool. Definitely helps you get around that corner. You can just whip around that corner super tight. Yeah, because there weren't really any 6 up thrusts until recently, and people started making more 6 vertical thrusts, and I was like, oh, interesting. Maybe that's a viable option. Definitely helps for here. Wonder if I can do this better. See how fast I can take this. Yeah, that's a pretty quick hairpin there. That vertical thrust really helps there. Interesting. Yeah, it'll be fun to see what kind of times people can post with this. It also really helps in that chicane, being able to vertically thrust. It helps you just sort of slalom through that thing. So yeah, nice little build there, Carnivore. Let's see. Blunt tried to keep him busy. Yeah, Blunt's trying to keep him busy. Success. See, the Blunt's really spread himself thin though when we vote for the community builds, because he might as a individual get the most votes, but they'll be split up between 6 different shifts. All right, let's see what else we got in here. Let me look at the list here. Maybe I'll just run down it in order here. Oh, Ire's here, so let's talk about Ire. And Ire, if you want to hop into the Discord, if you're not streaming, you can talk about your Black Ledger, unless you want me to. Maybe I'll wait till you raid. I don't even know if you're here. I'll wait till he raids and he's here. He can come in and talk about the Black Ledger. We got the Kestrel. Let's talk about the Kestrel. This is Bribs. Brib has another build as well. So this was the ship that made us realize that, and it was stupid to create this smuggler class and never put a maximum on gyroscopes. I kind of went against my better instincts doing that. I was like, we probably should have a maximum on gyroscopes because it could probably be abused, but we're like, let's just not have it initially and see if somebody breaks it. And it was this style of build that made us realize, all right, we probably need to have a maximum on gyroscopes, because this has got quite the thruster package in the back. I remember when I first raced this, just like the first lap, I already had beaten the Renegade's time. And the Renegade was never really, the most optimized racer. It was just sort of balanced kind of for whatever. It was sort of like an all-around racer. But this one definitely is more created for this course specifically. But it does have strong drawbacks. For instance, it only has these 4 side thrusters, so you are susceptible to some drift, and it's only got minimal braking. So it's a zoom ship, but it can put up fast times, but its caveat is that it's a high risk build and that it's very hard to control sometimes. So and I think there's a build kind of like this that we'll go through also. But I'll show you kind of a lap in this thing. And the reason that this one, you know, builds like this one, like these missile builds, could have been too meta without having the gyros max, is the fact that you could just turn around instantly and be able to like stop on a dime wherever you are. See, like I can't even, just trying to get down a little bit, I can't even get this thing to go down. Once you start going, it's fine, but it's the precise navigation that gets a little tricky. Blast through here. But this is a fun ship. It's a fun silhouette too. Definitely looks like it's made for racing. But it looks cool. Everything balances out, yeah. And this one, oops, looking at my chat. This one, when I tried this one out, so like this is where, like when you wreck like this, it's really hard to gain control back. So like if you can race clean with this, or like a build like this, you can put up good times, but if you mess up, it's pretty catastrophic. Forget what the best line for this thing is here. I think you shut this off. Fire around here. No, that was bad. That was not it. You go back and hit that again. It's like the drifting is, I'm just trying to go back up there and the drift's really bad. So it's not entirely a risk-free design. Like you can go fast. This is definitely for like if you have dialed in your race line and are this is sort of like the advanced racing option, I would say. It's a very advanced expertise level of build. I forget how to take it with it. There's a really clean line you can run in this hairpin with a build like this. Man, it's drifting real bad. But it kind of, I can't, builds that drift like this, I personally cannot stand flying them around. I have a lot of I have like recurring bad dreams where like I'm in a vehicle and like I can't like brake or like it won't turn a certain way and like the vehicle drifts a lot. So like when I fly these kinds of ships around in, oh, my dampeners were off the whole time. That's what was going on. I didn't realize that. So I was just landing now and I was like, wait, I'm not slowing down. My dampeners were off. Well, let me give it a fair run here with the dampeners on. That was what was happening. Whoa, almost hit. There we go. Yeah, that's much better now. I was like, why is this so much worse than I remember it? Oh, still crash. Oh no. But yeah, any of these ships that just like drift like this, it just gives me like bad dream PTSD. Anyway, I'm racing like garbage, so. I just want to land. I just want to land, man. I just want to land. I just want to land. Please let me land. Like these with damage on, you'd be screwed. Because even just trying to land in that canyon is tough sometimes when you're in that little narrow area. But it's a quick one. It definitely is not one to sleep on. I've set the fastest time with this one for just myself. But I also have a hard time getting clean laps, so a 5-lap circuit would be pretty risky. So satisfying when you hit the chicane and it rings like a bell. Yeah, dong. We have the DeVille Vigilante. Let's pull this one up. And this is by, I don't know if there's a way I'm supposed to say this. WYQYDSYQ. Your guess is as good as mine. But this is a fun little build. Kind of is more like a car, like car vibes in a way. Like it's got a very like race car front end. Got some lights on here. Bunch of lights in the back, kind of like the Renegade. Good turn. Actually, there's quite a few of these that do have lights on them. Get a little bit of light action. And we'll definitely do some we'll have some night race courses too, so people can get crazy putting cool lights on their builds and stuff like that. The night courses will be smaller courses also, that way we can actually like light up the whole course better and stuff like that. The blue on this one coming out is really sharp. You see Blunt's got some on his. I powered down some of these. Some of these might have, more of these might have lights on them. I just kind of power them down when I'm sitting them here. Oh yeah, so you got little orange lights in the front. That's pretty cool. Some headlight action. I'm just in the habit. Oh. Okay, Clang. I see you. What the heck is going on? Bye. We're just gonna let that figure itself out. Does this one have lights? Oh yeah, I got some red lights. It's nice to see you guys are doing a lot of cool light stuff. Everyone's got some lights. Kestrel's got some lights in the back. Did Docky Walkies here have lights? Oh yeah, oh yeah. Woo, baby. Yeah, so it's cool to see some light action going on. Let's go back to daytime here. Looks like the green car from Cars. The green car. A little bit. Could be, yeah, one of these two, really. Definitely. And I'm wondering with the DeVille name, if that was one of the inspirations, like Cadillac or something. Fun little build. It's got a bunch of thrust in the back, which is cool. Gotta have that forward go juice. Got side thrust. No, not much for braking though, just these 6. So definitely muscle car vibes, and then it'll go flying. I'm a sucker for that specific window setup. Love to use it in my own builds. Oh yeah, these little ones here. Yeah, it looks nice. Line the muscle cars up together. We could make a little muscle car section. Got a muscle car here. Could always have specific themes too for some, if there was some that we wanted to let's see. This one's muscle car-y. We wanted to have a week where we're like, all right, build this race class but make it look like a muscle car. We could definitely put together a challenge like that. What else would be considered? This one's definitely. Oop, I swear the cockpit's so low. I always want to go to the back for the cockpit. It seems like up high back there is where it would be at. But no, that's just the big zoom. All hail Clang. Yeah. We'll really see how much Clang is in here when we get mechanical blocks. Is Drifter muscle? No, Drifter's more of a tuner kind of vibe. This one's a sort of, like you said, a like Blunt said, it was more of a land cruiser, but it gives muscle energy. Yeah, it gives muscle energy. Is Kestrel muscle-y? Kind of is. This one's more like racer, so it's just like, looks like pure speed. The Renegade's muscle-y. Sort of one of the inspirations for it. Get a little muscle car sub collection going. It's funny, some of the things too with like racing performances, like you kind of get used to what you get used to. So like I'm used to racing the Renegade configuration. Sometimes I get back in the Renegade, I'm like, home sweet home. It's what I'm familiar with. Little muscle car subset going on. I like it. So that was the DeVille. Pretty fun little one. What else we got? We got the Armored Missile Racer. This was Flames build. This was one of the first ones to make it in here, actually. I'm not sure if this one is technically, I know he was kind of working with this one a little bit. See if it looks like what it was before. This was sort of like an early missile build before Brib had the Kestrel, where it just has a ton of reverse thrust. And I know initially this build didn't actually utilize all of the thrusters, so it could actually, I think, have more. I don't know if Flame ever reapproached this one or not. You see, control panel. Yeah, so you can have 2 more 2-meter thrusters and yeah, 2 more 2-meter thrusters. So we could add a little bit of braking to this thing, because this one's only got the 2 on the side and the 2 in the front, so it's kind of more unruly Kestrel. But another one of these missile builds. This was for when we were doing. This was before we had the Smuggler's Gulch. This was Flame designed this when we were doing our like test courses. So Flame's got a couple of courses he's made as well that are in the Discord and the Racing League pin tabs. You'll find a collection of his courses. This one was like he was racing some like the Verdure test course and some of his courses, because that initial test course I had, that like proof of concept, was a very like wide open course, so it was, you're kind of like at full max speed the entire time, but it was just sort of a proof of concept. It was never really intended to be a full racetrack, but it does have like an optimal racing line, so you could still race on it and still have a good time if you have like a pack of racers. The Fastbird and Homestar are muscle car vibing. Which one was the Homestar? Was that the Batman one? Oh, the wait. I guess we'll talk about this one. Oh, you're talking about new other ones in the thing. Yeah, okay, we'll get to this one then. So this was Comus, right? Yeah, Comus. Definitely muscle car energy. A little spikes, a little Mad Maxy maybe. Got a lot of side thrust there, actually. Big boy in the back with a few little ones. One thing with the spec racing is I probably won't have any of the little thrusters. It'll just be all like medium thrusters, so you don't have to worry about packing in a bunch of little ones somewhere. Olive green plus muscle car gives me army vibes. Yep. Yeah, it'll be cool when we get like textures and stuff too, for everything. So that way, like, you can add like chrome plating or like make things like matte. Like, so if you were going for more of like an olive drab army color, you could maybe make a little bit more of a smooth matte color. Little caution signs and stuff. Got some landing gear. Oh, it's even got a landing gear on the front if you want to tow something. We definitely would have to have some rules for when we're like racing multiplayer, where like you can't like lock onto people. It'd be kind of dumb. Just intentionally ruin somebody's race by auto locking onto them. Bunch of 2 connectors on there. What's the weight of this one? It seems like it's probably a heavy boy. Oh, it's actually underweight, 29,000. This actually needs a little more weight to it to be class compliant. Really, it's 29,000? Seems like it'd be heavier, but I guess looking next to the Renegade, it is smaller than a Renegade, I guess. Sometimes when you're working in a world, especially if it's an older world, I think, there's like an issue where it doesn't show the weights properly. So just make sure as you're working on your builds, you paste them into a new world. Like literally just go create a new world and paste your build in, and that'll show you the updated weight. And because even when you're like building stuff and taking parts on and off, the weights don't actually update all the time. So yeah, just keep an eye on your weights. Yeah, that was the Homestar. Then let's see, Blunt said the Fastbird also gives muscle energy. How's my PCU looking? I probably won't be able to paste this next one. Let me get rid of some of these here. Sorry, Blunt, getting rid of a few of yours. Should have installed PCU mod, I guess. It's all these spotlights people are putting on those builds, those 750 PCUs. We'll keep the muscle car energy going. So we said the Fastbird. Oh, yep, Brib. So this is another Brib's build. So Brib did the Kestrel over there, and he just more recently submitted this one. I think actually just within the last day or two. The Fast Bird. Using some of the columns there is agreeable. Got some braking. Side thrust, 4 vertical thrust. This is a more balanced build. Not a ton of braking, but prioritizes a little bit of braking for a little bit more action here in the back with these 3 thrusters here. If they DLC those textures, etc., I hope they try to catch up with a quicker timeline. Yeah. Hey, Ire, we're getting potato raided. Here comes the potato raid. Welcome in everybody from Ire's stream. Just got the notification. And Ire, if you want to talk about your build up here next, you can pop in the Discord. Some people have been popping in there to talk about their builds. We can get into Black Ledger. So this one, as opposed to Brib's Kestrel here, which is all forward thrust, this one seems to bring back a little bit more. You get some lateral, still not a ton of braking, so it's similar braking as the Kestrel, but you get some lateral thrust to help with that drift. You just obviously lose a couple in the back. Potato Gang! Hello, Jedmuns. And everybody else popping in from our stream. Oh boy, we're getting spudded. Spud spam. Potatoes are an IR thing. In case for those of you who don't tune into IR streams, it's the official currency of Volsung Industries. Just kind of creates a more balanced version of his Kestrel. Is this pod racing? Oh, come on, we were just talking about your Homestar. Even better than pod racing, it's smuggling racing. Yeah, we're getting through our community builds here, probably about halfway through them. And if anybody wants to pop in to talk about their builds in the Discord, the chat is open, so feel free to pop in and talk about what you want. Ire, if you want to talk about your ledger, I was saving your ledger for when your gang was here. I can pull it up now since the potato raid happened. So Ire was also one of the first ones to submit a smuggler in. Figured it was a vodka reference. So this is the Black Ledger. I'm upside down. I'm upside down. This one also definitely gives muscle car energy. We've been lining up the ones that give muscle car energy, and this one definitely has muscle car energy for sure. And he's got these purple lights going. Let's put it in nighttime mode again. We've been bouncing in and out of nighttime mode. Show off them purple lights. Give me a moment. All right, I'll give you a moment. All right, I'll hold off on talking more about it until you pop in there. I'll park it to the side here. A lot of lights going on. Love to see the lights. The night races are going to be so cool. Seeing all these things fly around. Cannot wait. Maybe we'll, and like I said, I'll make that short course maybe optimized for night as well. All right, wait for Aya to talk about the Black Ledger a little more here. Let's keep going down our list here. Let's see. F8 Sparrow Smuggler Class Racer by Winged Beast. F8 Sparrow.
Yeah, Jamie.
Southports gets me every time.
I changed it up.
I forget what it was last time. It alarmed me last time as well.
It was one of my quotes where I said, "Wildlife ate me."
Okay. Welcome, Ire. You want to give us the lowdown on the Black Ledger?
Yeah, I dove in when I built this ship. I dove into like full thinking smuggler. I was definitely some Star Wars vibes. That's what I was thinking. It may not come off that, but
it gives them off Gideon.
I was thinking like some canyon racing, going around like the outskirts of some town and then going in, hitting something, or just like a client wants something dark, quick, fast, maybe something that could take a shot or two. Because when I look at that front, I'm hoping that deflects some bullets.
Yeah. I guess we'll find out when we get turrets and stuff.
Yeah, that'll be cool. Just figure out how ricochets and everything work in Space Engineers too.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'll definitely have to do some. We'll have to do some ballistics videos. Us creators here, see if we can figure out early on if there's a certain way to see how well the deflection works, if at all. We'll find out if it's going to be in the early game or not. Yeah, we're gonna have like one of the things I want to do once we have some turrets and stuff. And I'm not sure if I'm assuming there's going to be some sort of enemy AI targeting, because it'd be fun to actually have like a race where it's a point to point, but like the point you're going to is like you have to like go through like a canyon that has like turrets or something like that. You have to like try to get into a base and like steal some goods, load it into your smuggler, and like evade. So it's both a survival challenge and to see who can like do it the fastest. So then we'll really dive into figuring out, you know, what the best armor packages are. See if you can deflect some off the nose here. Nice, cool build though.
Thank you. Yeah, now I actually got to go. I got to do some stuff. Apollo
Right.
just woke up.
Cool.
But
Sounds good.
thanks for showing my build.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in for the raid. And one thing I remember, you don't have to stay for this, I'll just give you, I remember you mentioned this. These are like partially welded to get this like shiny look, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, they're all grinded down, but anything that looks like it's chrome.
Yeah. So that's kind of a cool greeble way if anyone's looking to add chrome until we actually get like textures and stuff, is if you can grind stuff down partially and it kind of gives like a chrome shiny look. It's pretty cool. I was never actually sure when you remember when you first talked about that if it was actually going to place partially grinded or not. I wasn't sure if that would save with the blueprint, if it would load fully welded, but it's cool that it places partially grinded down. It's a cool vibe. Definitely lines up in the muscle car row here.
Yeah. Have a great rest of your stream.
All right. Thanks, you. Thanks for the raid. Appreciate you. A lot of muscle cars, actually. Which, why not? I mean, Smuggler, I mean, that's sort of, you know, moonshine running and stuff. It's on brand. Park that bad boy there. It's a cool one. The hood is so badass. Como says, yeah, definitely muscle car energy in that alone right there for sure in the hood. So we got this one here. This was the what was this one called? This was the F8 Sparrow Smuggler Class Racer by Skewer the Winged Beast. Just sort of like a, kind of gives little F-Zero vibes. Got some like intakes in there. Nifty. I think the Renegade really inspired a lot of people. Well, that's good. That is the goal. Yeah, I think a lot of times people think Smuggler, I think they might, you know, default to sort of like more of the badass kind of things, like whether it's Millennium Falcon or, you know, muscle cars and moonshine running. Yeah, it's a little fun. I like the little wing on top. This guy over here, not muscle car though. We won't put the muscle car one. I guess this fast one's kind of a muscle, this fast track, fast lane by Brib. I guess that's kind of muscle car. I'll put that back in the muscle car lineup. A lot of green and black. All right. Really did, man. It's iconic already. Well, thank you. Appreciate it. I like to spend a lot of time making some of these builds, so just getting all the proportions and stuff down right. Let's see. We have we did skid mark by blunt. We did the red blur. Okay, here we go. Oh, Uncle Andy. Here to Uncle Andy. Uncle Andy, you want to pop into the chat and talk about the Devil's Arrow? I think you have another build, I think, in here also. This one gives Mad Racer. I think Uncle Andy said his inspiration for this one was F1 racing. So that's why you kind of got the wing in the front, wings on the side. He was going for an F1 vibe, the wing in the back. Be cool if one day aerodynamics is a thing. One big, two medium forward thrust seems like a strong meta. Yeah, it's just good balance.
Hello,
Yeah, the
hello.
one in the back, two in the back. Hey, welcome in.
Sorry, I gotta be a bit quiet, but hopefully that's okay.
No, you sound fine.
Okay, great.
You want to give us the lowdown?
Yeah, so it was the first racer I made. I've made two. I really didn't know what was the optimal configuration with the thrusters, but so I just went with the aesthetics mainly, and yeah, it was inspired by Formula One racing, and it's not like a Formula One car exactly, but it was definitely inspired by that a lot.
Yep.
And I tried to go with a slick look, and I made those side wings so that maybe in the future, if we get some LCDs or something like that, I could put some sponsors on those wings.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fun.
So that was made for that, and
I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Doing LCDs for sponsors and stuff. That's a good idea.
yeah, but yeah. Other than that, not really much to talk about it. I mean, red's my favorite color. You can probably see that from the ship. Yeah.
Looks good. Looks like a racer. We can pull up your other one here too. Your other one is, you submitted your other one already, right? It's in here. It's in the collection.
It's a Midnight Zephyrus.
And when you were talking about, you know, the best thrust setups, there really is no best. Like, it's going to vary from course to course. But also it's just sort of like what works best for you. Like I know, for instance, that like, you know, this thruster package is very fast, that I can set a fast lap time, but I can race super clean with just my Renegade and get like good clean laps off. So it kind of just depends what's best for you. And yeah. And it'll be interesting to see once we're into multiplayer, like, and we're kind of like bumping into each other. You know, some of the builds that maybe don't have some of the stability might see themselves getting tossed around a little bit.
Yeah.
What was the other one you said?
Devil's Arrow.
Oh, yep.
Midnight Zephyrus. But with the Devil's Arrow, I gotta say that I went with a lot of sideways thrust, because I thought that strafing would be nice, but obviously people figured out that having lots of upwards thrust and actually tilting or rolling, I don't know, but you know, tilting your ship with using lots of one-way thrust is better than having multiple different ways.
Right.
But
yeah, and it'll be, we'll
still,
see.
I think it's going to be pretty good.
Yeah, and in certain courses, having this extra side thrust will be good. I think on Blunt's builds too, he was using a lot of the. I think he was using the two side thrusts in all of his as well. So he liked a similar configuration to that as well. So
yeah,
definitely something I see a lot of people kind of lean into is the double side. All right, let's pull.
Bit of an all rounder.
Yeah. I like a good all rounder. So how do you spell Zephyrus? How do you S?
It's, oh boy, I can send you a chat.
Hang on, I should be in here. I think it's the newer one. Let me find. Zephyrus.
Or just type in Midnight.
Zephyrus.
Yeah, or just type.
Yeah, type the easier word.
Yeah.
So Comas, how many blunt designs did we do or see getting his own stream? We did all the I keep having this issue. Oh, am I at my PCU limit? I am at my PCU limit. All right, let's give her some here. Yeah, we did Blunt did all of his, all 20 of his. Some of them are still back in this row here. Yeah, this one was a cool one. This one actually kind of gave like fighter energy.
Yeah, Midnight Zephyrus. I really can't tell what inspired me to do it. It was just a ship design / shape that I've been wanting to do for a long time for some ship, and I thought that, hey, let's try and make a racer out of this with like the double wings, not wings, but I don't know what to call them.
Like
and then
shoot, there's a word for like things that hold engines. I just had it for a second ago. There's a word for yeah. Anyway, that'll come to me.
Yeah. Anyway, and then there's the middle part. Yeah. And then there's the middle part, which just holds, you know, the driver and the biggest thruster and also the container.
Yeah, I like that. Like in the event that like this thing takes critical damage or you like lose your wings or whatever, you can just, or
Mm.
even if you just got to book it, just ditch the wings and you have your cockpit. You have a big thruster and your cargo all right here. So if you just need to like get out, you're the core
Yeah.
components to just get out are there.
Yeah, exactly. I think this one has a connector too. It was just an added bonus for this ship. But
Yeah.
it still has it though.
Yeah, and interestingly, the connector is actually the same amount of storage as a small cargo container, but it is heavier.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, so like, because there was one build that like early on that somebody submitted, it had a connector, but it had no cargo. And I was like, oh, it doesn't have the cargo. But then I was like, oh wait, the connector is actually the same storage. It's 8 tons, and the cargo container is 8 tons, but the connector weighs more. So there's not really an advantage to have a connector. And so if you wanted to use the connector instead of a cargo container, because it is the same, holds the same amount, it's heavier, there's no advantage to it. So it's not, and you know, if people want to have that as their cargo, I suppose they can. Any smuggling events that we're going to do, they're not going to be connector based to get cargo. Like, you're going to have to get out of the ship and then load in your cargo manually, like you would if it was like a car. So there's not like any event advantages that are going to be from a connector, and you have the extra weight from it. So it's
Yeah. But other than that, the name was a bit confusing. I get it. Well, that was inspired by, I believe, a Greek god.
Yeah.
And it stands for like a light breeze or a gust of wind.
Yeah, Zephyr.
And when I submitted pictures of this to the Keen Software creations, SE2 creations, someone said that it gives them assassin vibes, and I was like, hey, that's a pretty good idea. Like, I should name it somewhere like that. And since assassin gave me, like, you know, Japanese ninjas or Chinese ninjas jumping on top of roofs, it's like a midnight vibe, and there's a slight gust of wind.
Yep.
You know, you hear those whistles in movies when it comes to those ninjas. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go with that. So it became a midnight gust of wind.
Nice. I like it. Does it have lights?
I think it just has backlights, not like.
Oh yeah, there's a little spotlight. Oh yeah, there's a little.
I don't remember.
I was just curious for the stealth aspect if it had lights or not. I guess I could just do this. Boop. It's weird that there's like sometimes light things like twinkle, like you see there. They were just blinking for a second, even though they're not actually blinking. There's weird bugs with lights. There's quite a bit of lights on here. Man, look at those lights we have for the muscle car lineup. I should. Nice.
But hey, that's all for me. Thanks for showing up my ships.
Yeah, thanks for submitting them. Oh, you got the little orange light in the front too. I like these orange lights in the front. They're pretty cool. There's another Blunt's got one that did that also. I like the vibe. It looks cool.
But yeah, hey, enjoy the stream. I'll keep on watching, but I'll dip from the voice now.
All right,
So,
sounds good.
see ya.
All right, see ya. Boom, boom. 2 there. Let's keep trucking through then. Both some good ones. Let's see, where did we leave off on this list here? F8 Sparrow. Let's see, we got the Racer B25 by Dried Rhino. This one makes me giggle a little. You'll see why. Racer inspired by the Renegade Smuggler. Inspired is a it's the Renegade. But oh, we got the weight down. Nice. I know initially the weight of this thing was like 35,000 kilograms, but I see it's been stripped down to lose some weight. There was some, I think there was a little bit more agreeable in the back, but just another form factor. The different thrust configuration, I think. No, about the same. Yeah, no side. Where are the extra ones? So there's not one on the side. Oh yeah, so they pulled the ones off the side and threw them in the back. Dried Rhino did. Sort of another take on the Renegade. Fits in the muscle car row though. Big muscle car energy. Got a little protruding bumper in the front. All right. Let's see what else we got here. The Sphinx by Ashen Cat. I remember this one because this one had a very unique take in that the 5 meter was used. Oops, gotta get rid of some builds here. These are not muscle cars. We only keep muscle cars. Keep those for now. Sphinx. So this one, let's see, am I placing it up right? This will find out. Uses the big thruster as a brake, which was interesting take, and a very like Sphinx posture. You can kind of see the paws. These two in the front are sort of the paws. Very Sphinx vibes. But yeah, this one uses it as to stop on a dime, which isn't really as useful for this course, but oh, that one's still over there spinning. I could probably get rid of that. It's just wasting PCU. But yeah, so it'd be interesting on like the windier courses to see if this configuration, how well it does winding stuff. Obviously, it doesn't have the best acceleration because it doesn't have the big thrust in the back, but you can stop it immediately. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. Maybe even on a course that's like has more like strafing and stuff. Maybe being able to like strafe, and then just like if you're getting too close to the wall, just pull off that front and keep strafing. We'll see. Definitely unique. I don't know if it's certain courses it might fare better to have that extra braking, but you definitely feel it not having that back. I think this is the only one that doesn't have the 5 meter pointed backwards, and you definitely feel it when you don't have the acceleration. But once you're at top speed, you know, you'd be able to stop faster than everybody else, that's for sure, especially versus some of the ones that have like no thrusters in the front. So that was the Sphinx by Ashen Cat. Comas, there's like 30 designs now. So exciting seeing all the submissions after the collab video last week. Yeah, 30, 32, 34 designs, something like that. We're getting up there, and this is just for our first event. You know, this Smuggler class is going to stay active for a while. Let me get rid of this clanged out one over here. I don't know what's going on with that. Also, what's floating over here? Oh, my guy, my engineer. That's funny. All right, let's keep cruising down the list here. Skid Boat by Arcana 6. Skid Boat. Gives me snowplow vibes. Yeah, that was the other thing actually I was going to say about it, is it will be interesting to see, because you can brake last, people might be braking in front of you that are like in your way. So like, it'd be interesting to see if this becomes like, as people are slowing down in front of you, you just sort of like push them out of your way, and then you stop last minute, and it could send them flying off into the corners and stuff. It could definitely be a bully type build. I picture this as like a Bowser type build, really. in terms of a Mario Kart analogy. So Skibbo. So this was interesting that it actually has a full, let's actually put this on the ground, because this one actually has like a full walkabout cockpit area, and it's 30,500. So despite having a full interior cockpit and a gun on the bottom, it's actually not that much overweight or anything. Let's bring our guy over here. I think this was the only smuggler that has like a walkable interior, so kind of interesting. The thruster's kind of in here with you, but it points out the back, so got some venting there. Wait, is this a non? Oh, it is. Some of these, they're still like on some grids, like I have an old blueprint of the non-functional doors, so I have to like on one of my old blueprints like change all the doors to the functional one. Oh, can't really see out of it too well, but yeah, it's just kind of a. But I wonder if this would actually float. It's called the skid boat. I wonder if this with water, if this would actually float or not. Kind of interesting. This was I think this was also a pretty early submission. I think this is one of the first submissions we had as well. Definitely gives sort of like shuttle vibes. Like I could see this even just being a shuttle off of a bigger ship or something. Very nice. Land this guy here. Oh. Oops, I'm in my regular dude. All right. Doesn't fit in the muscle car lineup though. We're gonna let's see. Fugitive, we did that one as blunts. Did the Midnight Zephyrus. Did the Home Star by Comus. Got that one. That one's lined up in the muscle line. Did the Maverick by Blunt. Oh, the SWAC TLC Symmetrical Smuggler. This one's interesting. Symmetrical Class. SWAC always has some like cool Greeble builds. He's always interesting to see his builds. He makes some cool stuff. Let's see. So this one's very asymmetrical, despite being called the TLC Symmetrical Smuggler. It's very asymmetrical. High-speed smuggling ship designed for racing quick getaways. Despite the name, it's not symmetrical. It's the description. Yeah, this one's very, very like sort of sci-fi Mad Maxy sort of interesting vibes. Got like all the thruster packages pretty much on the right there. Got all the big thrusts on the right. The interesting thing about this one is that it's got the 2 brakes, but I think it doesn't have much side. Yeah, it has only a few on the side, and it doesn't have. It's got 1 down thruster, mostly just probably to stop the drift you get with vertical, and it's got the 3 vertical thrusters. So this one's actually a very interesting and unique thruster layout. If I recall, it was really hard to race with, but it looks really interesting. Yeah, like there's no drift control, so I'm just drifting off here. It'd probably be pretty hard to set a good time with this one, but it certainly is some competition for the Greeble challenges and stuff. Looks really unique. See if I can get through the chicane with it without crashing. It almost looks like a mutant like creature where like it had like its right arm replaced with some sort of like large weapon system or something like that. Like it was at one point like a symmetrical like light craft, and then somebody just strapped on all these like modifications on just the right side only. It gives kind of like a mutant vibe in that regard. Really interesting though. Really artistic ship. I like the button panel there on that left wing there too. I can't go down. Yeah, I just have that 1 vertical thruster to go down. I'm not even going to try to land this one. I'm just gonna. Oh my gosh, can I get it to stop anyway? Well, that's one way to land. Oh geez. Let's just get this down here so I can just get it to stop so I can just cut and paste it. I just want to be stopped, man. I just want to be stopped. I can't control. Where'd it go? a little tough to control that one. It's like a B-wing. Yeah, definitely. So that was the TLC Symmetrical Smuggler by the SWAC. We did blunts here. Bunch of blunts here in a row. Centennial Falcon, Scrapper, Yellow Jacket, Mean Streak. The Modular Smuggler System by Sword. I don't know if this is a. Oh yeah, this one was interesting. I actually haven't messed with this one yet. Let's place this one in. Sword and a Jag. Modular Smuggler System. I actually haven't tried this one out. I might need a little bit more PCU. Oh no, only 14,000. How does this work? Let's paste this. It's gonna fall, so let's paste it above this. Interesting. So you like sort of piece it together however you want. It's kind of like what Uncle Andy's kind of working on with a modular system. So you can just sort of copy these elements and paste together your ship. And there's a bunch of let me open this up here. So this just shows sort of like a few of the different sort of configurations you can piece together. Sort of pick and choose how you want to put it together. Kind of interesting take. Need IKEA instructions. Well, ultimately, I guess the move would be to actually, let's just paste this more over our workspace here. And we'll just delete this. Then you got all your pieces. So you can take your cockpit here. Need to grab it from the bottom better here for this first one. Grab this piece there. Paste it here. And then you can take these pieces. So we got, oh, he got batteries here. So you need batteries. Let's make these. Let's just paste them on the bottom here. Choose your own adventure. And my column's in the way. That's okay. We'll just paste it quick. That's centered. Might be centered. Oh, but the block is not symmetrical. That's okay. And he's got these pieces. Let's see. This is like a vertical lifter. Let's just take that on. Paste that here. Oops. Oh, no. I just accidentally copied the chute. I cut that, so I don't have it now. Dang it. Well, I don't have the vertical thrusters. I done goofed. That's okay. We'll just put, you can like put 4 of these here. Slap one there. Slap one there. Oh, those are upside down. Slap one there. Slap one there. You get the idea. Got a big one. I'm not even sure where to mount this thing. Go for swag. Go for swag style here. Asymmetrical. Will it paste somewhere? Let's see. Got some 2 forwards here. Is this one piece? Huh. Anyway, yeah, you kind of build your ship, pick and choose your own adventure. Kind of interesting. I have a question. How do I disable block damage to SC2? Is it in the game right now? Yes, it is. So if you press Control F12, that will enable debug menu. And then on the left side over here, there's this drop down and you hit gameplay. And that will open up all these options. You'll scroll down and click survival. And when you do that, on the right side, you'll see a tab for survival. And you just come over here and you can turn off destructions, and you can also toggle creative, and you can also toggle on infinite energy, which is the infinite energy is actually really useful if you're building a hydrogen ship. You can turn this on and you don't have to have like conveyors or fuel or anything to your hydrogen engines. It'll just make your hydrogen engines work. So if you need to like, if you're building a hydrogen ship and you don't want to like pipe everything up, infinite energy is a really good option for that. Yeah, anyway, let's get rid of, let's toss this stuff out of here. Just a piece? What is this? I think that was supposed to fall off another piece. Cut these, cut these. These. Yeah, be interesting to see if anybody creates a modular racer for the racing. What is... Wait, how'd this... Oh, I had symmetry on when I made this thing. Oh, that mean I have it in 4 corners? Sure do. I made a... Oops. All right, that was the modular racer there. See, we did the coyote. This is why I've been planning a lot on how to make clear connection points to the modular stuff. Yeah, that definitely does help for sure. It's difficult because to me it's obvious because I built the modules, but how to make it clear to someone who looks at them the first time. Yeah, it is useful having clear points and stuff like that. Like I have a frigate that I'm working on, and one of the things is like there's like you can use like the conveyors as sort of like identifying where the connections are, so you can like copy the conveyor block and then paste it on the other conveyor block, and the whole thing like goes together. All right, we got the Kosara HP-18 by Tower 7. Oh, there's 2 of them here. We'll paste them both in. Oh yeah, this one was supposed to. This one gave me helicopter fuselage vibes. Yeah, you got that one. Let's get rid of some of these. So then we had another Kosara here. Thanks a lot, man style. Yep, you betcha. Yeah, because when we actually race, everyone can turn damage off. We're not going to race with damage on because it's stupid to have one little error. Every time you hit something in this game, at higher than 40 meters per second, it's a fatal accident. This one's interesting. It doesn't have any vertical thrust or any down thrust. Just manually land it. Which not having any down thrust can be dicey because there's an issue where if you press space to like gain thrust, it just like keeps going. It hasn't quite figured out that you know, it shouldn't go up anymore. So then you have to like turn off dampeners to fall down. So just know that if you're not going to have any vertical thrust, that will happen. But if you're not going to race with dampeners on anyway, then it's not a concern. It's only a dampener issue. So yeah, we got 2 Kasara builds here by Tower. This one gave me like the fuselage reminded me a lot of like a helicopter. Like this looks like a helicopter frame, like a fuselage that was then turned into like a racer. Who do we got popping in here?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Hey, how's it going, Tower?
I'm doing all right. Up yourself?
I am doing pretty good. You want to give us a lowdown here?
Yeah, sure. Whichever one you want to start with. I guess I'll start with the HP 18. I mean, I'm a newer builder, you know. I only found out about the whole racing league just a couple of weeks ago,
Nice.
and I've played Space Engineers in years, man. So, just taking a crack at it now. Yeah, I mean the HP 18. I mean it was definitely, you know, Captain Falcon inspired.
Oh, that's the blue one, is the 18.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Sorry,
remember when you posted this, I was like, it gives Captain Falcon vibes, and you're like, that was exactly the inspiration. I even put like a gif of Captain Falcon before you even said Captain Falcon was the inspiration.
Yeah, exactly. So it is, you know, reminiscent of that, to the best of my ability, at least. Yeah, there is no downward thrust to it. That was kind of the flaw there.
It's not really a flaw. I mean, I mean, it's the biggest thing is there's just that like lift thing I was just showing. But if you're not racing with dampeners on, you know, you're gonna lose it to gravity anyway. So it's not a flaw. Like if you want to not have vertical, it's like it means you can have your thrusters in other directions. I'm sure at some point they'll fix that weird bug where like it floats up infinitely. But otherwise, you just turn off your dampeners, obviously, and it's not an issue at all.
Not for sure. So, you know, I did the best I could with, you know, with what I had there, but yeah, the whole Kosara is basically just kind of the in-lore kind of corporation name I made up. Just kind of put in front of it, you know, kind of like a car brand in a way.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what would precedent the names for each one of those. But
nice. Yeah. I was wondering what it meant.
Yeah, and I didn't even know what like Greeble meant until I was almost done with it. I had to like look that up myself, and I didn't even find out about, you know, just the 1x1 blocks until I was almost done with this first one, which was a real game changer. But yeah, I mean, that was more focused, I guess, on speed rather than anything else. I used the Kestrel GT as kind of like a reference in terms of, you know, how fast something could go.
Yeah, like performance.
And yeah, exactly. And measurement wise, I would use your Renegade kind of as like the standard of how big something could be. The process in which I went about doing this stuff was very chaotic, but I don't know. I kind of improv'd my way through it. So
that's
whatever
I got. That's greebling. Yeah, like Comus said, basically a full send design is what this is.
Yeah, and I cannot fly at all. Like, I'm not good at flying. I tried. It is way harder than I thought it would be. So seeing you being able to pilot all this stuff is quite cool.
Well, this is definitely these type of builds, like I was saying earlier in the stream, are more of like the advanced racer type build. Like they're kind of high risk, high reward. Like these ones with all these thrusts in the back and like no braking and like not much drift control are can put up some like damn good lap times, but it could sometimes be super hard to race a clean lap with these every now and then. So It's kind of you can set a good time, but you also might crash out super hard, like I'm probably gonna do here. No, actually. Oh, daddy! Yep, there it is. You'll see that coming up. Almost had a clean lap out of it. Yeah, definitely Captain Falcon vibes. That is accomplished for sure.
Yeah, because I don't know. I just knew the first ship I wanted to make. I know this was more of a smuggler class, but this was definitely way out in left field, kind of away from that vibe. I know that this is more of like a, for like a professional F-Zero circuit kind of thing. But
still tracks. Doesn't mean you can't run.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll bet you a lot of those F-Zero ships would be really good for smuggling, especially some of those ones that are more of like there's some that are kind of like more armory kind of looking builds. They could. I'm sure they could smuggle some stuff.
No, for sure. But hey, I learned a lot from this one though. So on my next one I made, I kind of moved to the next step of giving it, or try to give it, more control.
Yeah, so you got some braking.
Yeah, way less focus on just full send forward thrust and a lot more allocation to a lot of other places. The vibe I was kind of going for here is like, I don't know, I kind of shifted to more so of like, this is like a professional company doing illegal things. So
they would never.
Kind of, yeah, exactly. Well,
yeah,
hopefully this one provides a bit more, control in what you wanna do with it.
Yeah, it looks a little more. Looks like a little more of a balanced thruster layout. And this one was the one that gave me, like, just looking at the kind of the side front area, the cockpit area and back, sort of it looks a lot like a helicopter fuselage that was sort of like repurposed into like just like a thrust machine.
Right. And originally, I tried to give it more of a thinner kind of sleek jet sort of aesthetic, but the cockpit kind of made that difficult for me in making it more vertical looking, I guess is the right word to go about that. So it kind of like really changed throughout the process.
Yep.
Like I even had like the big boy thruster on the bottom, way at the front of it at first too. Kind of be.
Yeah, it's interesting. This is the first one I think that actually I've seen it uses the big thrust and then only one of the medium thrusters, because typically people are straddling the big thrust with two medium thrusters. So it's interesting to see that there's only one medium thruster. I'm not sure that anybody else has done the big one with only one medium. Usually it's just the big one, or it's the big one with two mediums, or the big one with four mediums. There's usually not an odd amount of mediums in the back, but that affords you an extra medium for somewhere else on the build. So that's kind of interesting to see the stacked orientation. I don't think anybody's done the stack before.
Yeah.
As I crash it out constantly.
Hey, it's still a lot better than what I would do. As of right now, I need to do a lot more in practicing with that. I just focused more on building because I'm like, I am not a pilot right now.
You're gonna do the race event still this weekend?
I'll try to make it. You
Nice.
know, I definitely won't do a good job this time, but I'll try it.
That's all right. Just get the reps in.
Yeah, as of right now, I cannot do a full lap without, messing it up.
I can't stop this. Where is it lacking thrust? Is the side? Oh yeah, it's just
I think
one,
it's the side
one
ones,
little
yeah.
thruster on the side. Oh, that's where you, okay, interesting. So you got to kind of, so going back to the helicopter thing, you almost got to fly it like a helicopter. You got to lean it like a
Right.
helicopter and stuff. Nice. Yeah, so I'm thinking about, I am going to do this. So like when people race, like I'm going to track everybody who's like racing and stuff. And so even if people like don't win, I'm still going to be tracking like how many like events and stuff, or partake like how many race things in. I don't know what implications that'll play in the future, but it'll be useful just to know. So even if you don't feel like you're gonna like win or do great, just showing up and playing, there'll be sort of like a loyalty system sort of baked into that somehow. I'm gonna figure out exactly what to do with it, but I'm gonna at least have the data for it. So if you partake, there might be some benefits down the road for having some races under your belt. So just something to think about.
No, for sure. I definitely plan on practicing more and getting better at it.
Nice.
I just know as of right now, I definitely pilot like a very drunk individual.
You never know. We'll really find out with everybody who's a good racer and who's just here to have a good time. So plus you never know, people might crash out a bunch anyway, so you just gotta get some clean laps in. You don't have to be the fastest, just get some clean laps in, and that might even be enough.
Not for sure. I mean, for me, I'm glad that people enjoy the builds. I love everyone's builds that I've seen so far. I really have a lot of appreciation for them. Like a lot of like Blunt's ships were inspiration for me. I like a lot of his stuff.
You're gonna have to be more specific. I'm just kidding.
No, yeah, I know. They're very varied. He's like a Ford manufacturer.
Yeah.
He's like just slapping them out constantly, and I'm spending days just doing these two. I'm not quick with it. I take so much time doing it.
Yeah, well, I like to spend a lot of time on them. I probably spend more time than I need to, because I'll have, like, with the Renegade, I have like crazy amount of iterations. Like I think I have a screenshot somewhere of the workshop area, and there's probably like 40 variations of just little tiny things I was moving here and there, just because I like to do version history. So like if I want to make like a big sweeping change, hey, thanks for the subscription, Madden Joe. I like to do big sweeping changes sometimes. So sometimes I'll just like copy a ship and like paste it to the side. So I'm like, what would it look like if I just completely redid the back end? I just cut the back end off and rebuild it, but then like you still have the old one that you had there previously. So I like to copy and paste and reiterate. Then if you like makes a bad mistake or it just doesn't work out well, you still have the old one to like fall back on and stuff. So yeah, I like to spend a lot of time working on ships as well. So you're not alone in that one.
Yeah, no, for sure. But hey, man, I appreciate you showcasing my stuff, though.
Yes,
I
sir.
really do.
Thanks for submitting them. Can't wait to see more.
Of course. Yeah, no, for sure.
Cool. All right. That was Tower 7 here with the Kosaras. Next we have the XT6 Mark II Smuggler Class by Colonel Spastic. Let's find this one. This one is not ringing a bell off the top of my head. This is the picture where it's backwards in the picture, so I forget what it looks like in the front. Oh yeah, this one. Yeah. Every time you send these, I often placed them and just like fly around a bunch. So I'm already familiar with a bunch of these ones. So this one's got like sort of a, oh, there's the axis on top, little door in the front. Let's get our guy for this one. Keep pressing approximately up controls again. Oh, we got some cargo here on the outside. I like this little like cockpit area. Got little corner windows and stuff. This is, yeah, I like these little details with these side cargo containers. It's really nice. Little connector back here. Is cargo on top of that? Sure is. This was a 6 vertical thrust as well. And it looks like we pulled, oh, we got medium on the side. So I know we're losing, there's a little less in the front. Let's pop in here. Oh yeah. Little small cockpit area. Look at that. You can stand in here. That's pretty cool. Hello. I should bring my camera in here. Let's see how we fit. Hello. That's fun. Little seats in the back. These cup holders, or just ejection buttons. Hey, thanks for the subscription, Q101. Appreciate it. Yeah, this is kind of a nifty little one. It's kind of fun. It's got the little cock. How much are we at for weight here? 34,000. So this is a little bit of a heavy one. But even if you have a ship that's a little overweight like this, when you do get to the race, like the race day, if you want, you can just sort of like remove components you don't want, right? Like I know for like the Smuggler, for instance, or the Renegade, this one, the full build is 31,000 kilograms, so it's a little overweight. But these control seats take a ton of weight. You don't really need a second seater. So I know that come race day, I can get rid of this. Oh shoot, I had symmetry on. I know that you can get rid of this, and get rid of these. And now it's at 30,072. So you can kind of, if you know the components to strip off, so like this one here, it's 5,000 overweight. And there's no problem being, you can be overweight. You just have to be at the minimum weight. So if you're overweight, that's totally fine. You don't have to strip it down. But like if you just knew 30 things to take off, if you just wanted to be like as light and performance good as possible, you could like remove the cargoes and like remove like the connector or something like that, just to knock off some weight come race day. Because I kind of see that in some of these, there's sort of like the consumer model build, right, that everyone's driving around, like hence like the Renegade with having like the 2-seaters. But if you were racing, you would strip it down and have like a roll cage and stuff like that, right? So like it's kind of like if you see NASCAR racing, like they're racing Mustangs and Camaros, but they're not like, they don't have like the air conditioners and the 2-seaters and stuff like that, and the trunk and speaker systems and stuff, right? Because it's racing. So but yeah, this is a cool little build. Like this is almost like a shuttle in a way, even, but it's also a racer, which is pretty nifty. Do we have any down thrusts? No down thrusts. So again, you'll have to turn off your dampeners to negate that rise. Let's see, what do we got here? Someone hit like so I can get my favorite number. What's the? I don't even know what the like count's at. Can you tell me why I pulled you over? Is because my ship looks like a smuggler? Yeah. Am I being discriminated against because I have a cool looking ship? Hey, thanks for the subscription, Andre Mello. Love these subscriptions rolling in here. I gotta change my. I have Streamlabs on, but I haven't done a lot of customizations. I gotta do some customizations for some stuff on these things. Space Ace, no problem. I seen you on. Figured I come give a like. Nab 16. Yeah. Can I just say that this stream has been great. It's great to hear from the other builders that I've only seen in Discord via messages. Also love to hear about other people's thoughts behind these ships. Yeah, thanks. I'm glad you like this kind of stream, because I would like to do this sort of community format more. And I know that, like, you know, like Keen does their sort of community streams and stuff like that, and they sort of like ask questions, but there's like the huge chat delay, and you know, there's usually the delay where like Zoc is streaming and like Aaron can't really see it because he's like watching the stream, so there's like delays there. And then like they ask about the build and chat, and there's delays with getting the chat in there. So you can't, and you're limited on like your chat length and stuff like that. So it's kind of hard to just get the whole builder vibe. So it's kind of fun having just like the Discord open like this, and yeah, it's fun. I like to hear what people's thinking are for these different builds and stuff like that. But yeah, this was pretty cool. I like this little shuttle area thing. It's fun little cockpit area, kind of cool. And there is this thing. I hope this somehow gets flushed out. So like when you get out, it kind of ejects you from the ship a little bit instead of putting you right where you were at in the cockpit. I know I was having this issue with my mission runner. I had like a really cool cockpit actually built out for the mission runner, but it would inconsistently put you out of the ship and not inside the ship. And I wanted it to like guaranteed it was going to take you out from inside the ship. So I gutted a lot of it and removed a lot of it just to have the room to be able to like spawn in there. So hopefully just in future updates or something, they make it where it like saves where on the grid you like got out, so that way it puts you exactly there, so you don't like get thrown into space like this. So hopefully that gets flushed out, because that would make these little small cockpits even more viable and like really immersive. The spawning outside the cockpit is not a super ideal scenario. The third ship with an interior, is this the third or the second one? What was the? We had that boat one that had a full interior. Then we had this one. What was the? I was trying to remember what the third one was. But yeah, the interiors are cool. I really like these cargos on the side. That's a cool little touch. I like that a lot. So that was the XT6 Mark II Smuggler Class Racer by Colonel Spastic. Nice job on that one. Lost my spot here. I accidentally moved my page. We have the Blue Acro Smuggler Class Racer by Iron Oxide. Those are PCU. Looking good. One of those builds must have really been PCU intensive. What was it called again? Blue Acro. Ooh, 3 vertical thrusts. So again, getting the odd numbers. Interesting. That's cool. Wonder where we gained the extra thruster. We put it in the back? No? Or does it just have 7, or is it just using 7 thrusters? Oh, 1 in the brake. I see. Okay, cool. So this is kind of a very racery vibes. I like sort of the superstructure going on here with these frames, these yellow frames kind of meshing with the blue here. Cool touch. Switch back to my spectator camera. A little bit more cinematic. Nice, just kind of a clean little ship. Like the big column to little column use there. Let's get inside this thing. Little thrusters on the little outside are kind of a nice little touch too. I hope we get a big variety of like different thruster sizes. I would like to even have more granularity between the different thrusters. I wouldn't hate it if they just had, you know, 10 different thruster sizes between the smallest and the largest. Especially for hydrogen. Hydrogen goes from like 2.5 meters to like a 7.5 meter. The hydrogen is a crazy jump. There needs to be like a 5 meter hydrogen engine. A little thin build. Kind of just like a good all-arounder actually. I think this is the first one that also has an odd amount of vertical thrust. I mean, there was something like that had 1. Like I think Blunt's Falcon I think just had 1, but I don't think we've seen 3. So it's kind of actually interesting just to even think about yeah, like where can I have an odd amount of thrust, like an asymmetrical amount of thrust, to be able to just gain one extra thruster somewhere else. Oopsie doopsies. We're tumbling. Yeah, it's a nice little kind of all-arounder. It's good shape. 34,000. I'm actually surprised it's that heavy. It's a heavy one. I guess it is kind of long. It's a pretty big ship, I suppose. Our landing pad. Follow the million antenna signals to home. Oh, I got way over. I was on the wrong hill. Land her up. Wonder what I didn't see was access to the battery or the cargo. Is there access to get to that? Because there will be some races where we'll probably have like pit stops, even if the batteries don't run out. Maybe just even like a mandated pit stop, so everyone's got to get out and swap their battery cells. Oh yeah, cargo's up top there. Where are the batteries? Oh, they're in there. They're tucked away. Can you get them from the bottom? Oh, there's an access there. Can you grab it? No, not quite. Yeah, cool build though. Have you had a chance to run my ship on the course? I have not run your ship on the course. I can run it on your course. On the course. I'll do it now. Whee! And you actually have thrusters to gain. So come race day, if you ever racing it and you wanted to slap on an extra thruster to, I think you have thrusters to still that you can. You're not at the limit yet. But you obviously don't have to. It doesn't matter. But if you were just looking for a little extra game day boost, oops, we'll call that a practice turn. Just approaching for the start line here. What actually? Let me see what the thruster can. So one side, two backs. We got braking, got good side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I think you have one more. You want to see how bad it is? Well, you have a normal layout. We just have one medium thrust you could do. I think you don't have all the small ones, but those aren't as important as the big one. But I think you have. Yeah, you can put on a lot more small ones. You're only at half the small ones, but you have one more 2 meter. That would be the bigger one. Went for looks, as I usually do. No, I'm with you on that one. I am often fashion over form for a lot of stuff sometimes. Oops. Didn't count. No one saw this either. That's the thing sometimes when you crash, is it really just like extrapolates. And there is if when you're racing on the race event, little tip here, you'll see that there's a 5-second penalty if you miss a gate. So like, let's say you miss a gate, or you like accidentally, like just maybe you accidentally cut through here, it adds a 5-second penalty. So you don't have to, that way you don't have to like turn around, because you have to like turn around and go back through the gate. You pretty much, your whole thing is done. So as long as you're in the race line, if you just like accidentally miss a gate, then it's a 5-second penalty. But if you're like clearly avoiding the race line to try to like miss a gate, then that would incur a 30-second penalty, and that's just to make sure people are like actually going through the gates. Plus the 30-second one is you also get a penalty for each gate you do cut past, so you can't just like, you know, game it or whatever. But if you do like crash out or something like that, and like it tumbles you past a gate, you just take a 5-second penalty on the lap time for missing the gate. So you don't have to like turn around, because if you have to turn around and hit the gate, it adds a lot of time. It adds 15-20 seconds, and at that point you're just totally screwed. Go. Oh shoot. So that'd be a 5-second penalty right there. Plus I just crashed out. But if you're not even trying to hit the gate, that's when you'll incur the 30-second. My gosh, sorry. I'm really bad at like talking and looking at chat and racing. Let me do a focus lap here, Ire. Let me do a focus lap. I'm gonna lock in. I'm not gonna look at anything. Turn the HUD off. Get rid of all these. Actually, I kind of want it for the antennas a little bit. Set here. Just get ready for a good lap here. Just take it easy in this corner. I just looked at the chat even though I said I was gonna lock in. Damn it. Lock in. It's 40 seconds. I cannot look at the chat for 40 seconds. Oh, great start. Oh no. Well, this is how I thought it would perform. No, blame it on me a little bit, because this isn't that much different of a thruster configuration than what I have. I think, yeah. I think I just have a little bit more vertical. I think the vertical is mostly what's, I'm usually used to flying with a little bit more vertical, because that's how I used to make a lot of these corners, is the vertical. Oh boy. Big miss. I'll just brake better. I'll use my brakes more. We're gonna nail this corner though. This hairpin down here, we're gonna nail the hairpin. Watch this. Watch this. This is gonna be an elite level hairpin corner. No, if only I had a little more vertical thrust. Nearly spat out your tea. All right, let's park this bad boy. Let's put this back up at the car show where it belongs. And for the time trial things too, like once we verify, because we'll get everybody in, like once you share your screen, have everything loaded and ready to go, like your ship loaded, and then we'll just do a quick verification to make sure it's class compliant. And then if you want to run a few warm-up laps before we start your time, that's totally fine, because it is kind of, sometimes when you're starting from cold, it is nice to just like get a couple laps in. So if you want to like run a lap or two and get your running start and just say, all right, I'm ready to go, then as soon as the next time you cross that finish line, we'll start the timer. So you can do some warm-up laps for sure. That way you're just not hitting the laps cold, because I want you guys to have as good of a chance as possible as having like the perfect run. So warm-up laps are groovy. All right, next we got the Fang Mark 1 by Splash Damage. Splash Damage is a good buddy of mine, and we actually just got done filming a let's play for the Approximately Up demo, so you'll have that coming up. I gotta edit everything. We finished the demo last night. Probably be 4 episodes of a let's play. Splash Damage is actually who introduced me to Space Engineers. He played it, and I remember I like watched him stream it a little bit, or he was showing me gameplay or something like that, and I was like, that game looks like it's too much work. I didn't play it, and then years later he was like playing it again, and I don't remember what sucked me in. I looked into it again, and I was like, this actually looks pretty cool, and then I started playing Space Engineers with him. So Splash Damage is the whole reason that I'm here. This is his Fang. It's a pretty cool form factor, very skinny. It kind of reminds me of, because I've known him since I was a kid, so we both went through the same school systems and stuff. And we, on our woodshop classes, we would do like these, like, I don't know if any of you guys did this in school, like a CO2 car race. So you take like a piece of wood and you like carve it into like an aerodynamic shape, and pretty much in the back you drill a hole and you put like a CO2 cartridge in there, and you line up with another racer, and there's a little like hammer that comes down and it hits your cartridge and it fires it, and they like accelerate. So this is very like a woodshop vibe 1. Later everyone, thanks for fun, great stream, Diggrok. All right, Blunt, thanks for hanging out, showing us your 20 builds. Keep making them, I love it. Keep making more. No problems with that at all. So you hate him because then you can't stop playing? No, I don't hate him for that. No. Wow, that makes it sound like I hate him for something else. No, I because we grew up like playing Legos and stuff like that. Like if we had this game when I was a kid, probably would have never played with Legos. Probably just would have played this instead, because it's like Legos but like with a physics engine attached to it. So yeah, no regrets. No, I love this game. This game's great. So this one's actually kind of tricky, because this one is lacking, has one vertical thruster to stop that drifting. It has only 3 side thrusts, and I think it actually has, there might be thrusters to gain, but I like the 2 thrusters in the front there that are like pointing back up near the front, as opposed to having them back by the back thruster. Kind of keeps it narrow. And the 4 vertical thrust. Def is pod racer. Yeah, it's cool looking build. He's got a Mark II he's working on, which I'm not sure if he'll update this blueprint or if he's gonna actually have it be a second blueprint. We'll find out, I guess. I'm not sure what the upgrades are yet, but once you get this thing going, it's definitely, ooh, wow. See, I'm so used to racing the Renegade and I'm so used to balanced racers that have the thrust in all directions, so I'm really bad at these corners where they start to drift. You really got to just use that vertical thrust to stop the drifting. But really cool vibe. Very like, yeah, like drag racer. Look at the cockpit view even. How cool does this cockpit view look? Really like the silhouette of this one and everything. Very, very racer vibes for sure. This one's actually almost a little easier to race in first person. And it has brakes, so we can brake here. Wall, 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 wall. Blip. 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 All right, let's land it back. Well, I'll land it back up here. Real life physics do be cursing at you, yeah. Well, I guess Legos don't have thrusters. No, they do not. They have, this is their thruster. You hold them and you throw them really fast. We are the thrusters. Of course, they have, now they have like a lot of motors and stuff. I've actually still watch a lot of, like I have like follow a lot of Lego Instagram accounts and stuff like that, especially for like mechanical stuff, because a lot of the mechanical principles they make for Lego actually can be used for mechanical blocks and Space Engineers. I can't get this thing to stop. Also like the paint scheme of this one. Nice livery. Bang. Bang. That is the Fang by Splash Damage. Pretty cool. Cool vibe. Such racer. Seeing a pack of those for racing would be really cool. What do we got next here? The Skeleton Class Racer by Ranagast. Ranagast? I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. Well, I pronounced it 5 ways, so one of them is probably right. Skeleton Class Racer HMS Rocket Pop. Oops. Get it upright. Try to place it upright because I know one of these builds, I think one of the blueprints of one of these builds, the blueprint is saved with the engines off, so when you paste it, it comes careening down. Kind of just a compact little racer. A little red, white, and blue action. Looks like a balanced thruster setup. It's a great stream, but EU time zone forces me to sleep. All right, Uncle Andy, thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you being here. Hopefully we see you at the race event this weekend. Times are posted in the Discord. Nice, you got the batteries all accessible. Easy pit stop swap. Where's the cargo container? Is there a cargo container on this one? I think it might be in the front up here. Or is it missing a cargo container? That's a cargo container. I think it's behind the cockpit. Yeah, I think that's the little venting there is the cargo container. Fun little guy. Looks like it's got a similar setup as the Renegade in terms of the thruster package. Looks like almost the exact same layout. A little lighter though, 30,010. So it's 60 kilograms lighter than the Renegade once I strip out that extra seat. Nice little guy. This looks like it'll be good around the course. Yeah, this should be. Yeah, I mean, you should be able to get a 40. I mean, this is the same one as the Renegade. Should be able to get a smooth 45 seconds. I know how to race these type, but yeah, using the in-game cockpit is really just the in-game cockpit when you're in the first person does look really good for sure. I'm really excited to see this hairpin live for everybody's laps. See who can hang. Land this bad beezy. Looks like a transport ship. Someone threw a massive thruster on the back of. Yeah, it kind of does a little bit. Yeah, it does. That whole front half kind of seems like its own silhouette, and then yeah, that thruster sort of just thrown on the back there, sort of like Blunt's ship that had the thruster just strapped to the top of it. I wonder what ship had such high PCU, because I feel like we only removed like 3 ships, but we were able to place in like 5 in its place. Somebody's ship had a ton of PCU. We're hitting the PCU limit again, though. Remove some of these. I have to install a mod to increase the PCU limit so we can get these all lined up. I started lining them up for the thumbnail, and I was like, this is a lot of work just for the thumbnail, so I only stopped at whatever I had for the thumbnail. All right, so it's a Skeleton Class Racer by Rocket Pop. Nice balanced class. Very similar race to the style to the Renegade. Now we have the Redline A1 Smuggler Class Racer by Cassetta. Redline A1. Oh, there it is. There's that first one. There's one when we get to this one. This one's sort of got the sort of the retro 70s sunset paint scheme on it. Got an open top racer. Dig, will you be setting the pace lap on Saturday? I can't be the only one who wishes they could fly like that. Well, I have the in that trial video, I sort of showed just sort of like a decent like lap, like a race line. So if you want to sort of like see how I raced it, I'm curious. I can't remember who. Somebody said they were running sub 40 seconds. I don't remember who said that, and I don't know what ship they were using, but I'm really curious to see if somebody can get under 40 seconds and if they found an even better race line, because that's crazy. It may have been with a 6 vertical thruster ship. I'm not sure. But I wasn't planning. I mean, I'm not going to like enter into the event. I mean, if just to warm it up, just to show, if you want me to run a lap, like a circuit to start, I can. Doesn't meet safety standards. Oh, the open top. Yeah. Not OSHA certified. Plus I don't see seat belts on this seat. So how are you going to safely stay strapped into this thing? Really clean silhouette though. I really like the silhouette of this thing. Really nice shape. I like the fading thrusters from the larger to the small one. Again, I really wish we had like a little bit more resolution, like between the smallest and the second smallest. It'd be cool to have another one that sort of fits in there. Nice color job, nice paint scheme. I think there might be a second one from, is there another one also here from Cassetta? Let me see. No, there's not. Remember somebody else submitted one that kind of had this sort of sunset color scheme, I think, for one of the builds. I can't remember what it was for. And let's see, where do we have sacrifice? So we got good side thrust. No, 4 down thrusters. So we sacrificed a little bit of braking. 4 up. So basically it takes like some of the braking thruster from a more balanced build and puts it into the back. A really cool ship. Really cool silhouette. It kind of reminds me of the like the Tatooine speeder in Star Wars a little bit in terms of the silhouette and shape. But I imagine this probably would blow that out of the water in terms of speed. Also, it's funny when people make comments of like, they like seeing somebody fly their ships well, as if I haven't like crashed 1,000 times on the stream. Yeah, this fly's nice. This is a nice little ship. And it's a very controllable, so let's go first person. Since it's an open top. The hairpins are really scary in first person. Oh yeah, no braking, no braking, no braking, no braking. Oh geez. Actually, that was a pretty good corner. Pretty good corner. The chicane is scary in first person. But that's the other thing with this ship is this ship's got a really like smooth silhouette, so you don't have a lot of bulk somewhere. Like you got to be really careful if you got a ship that's got a lot of like excess bulk, because anytime you have anything bulky, you can just snag on something. So being streamlined is definitely advantageous. Pretty cool one. I like this one a lot. Very clean. Oh, yep, no brakes, no brakes, no brakes. Plop this down here. Haven't had a muscle car one pop up in a minute. Is the Fang muscly, or is the Fang's more racery? Fang more, I think, fits in the race vibes. Let me know if you think the Fang should be in the muscle car lineup or not. The one to the right over there. Scrape this along the floor. Nice, good build. That is a good one. And that was again the Redline A1 Smuggler Class Racer by Cassetta. Nice job. AH6 Smuggler Class Racer by Colonel Spastic. So another one here from Spastic. Let's get this one in here. AH6. Oh, got another cockpit. Oh, is this like a... Can you not see out of this cockpit? Doesn't look like it. All right, let's get in. Let's get our person over here. This one looks very much so like a cargo ship. Like this is really interesting detail in here. Sort of got this like cargo like console thing. It looks like it could detach or something like that. That's pretty cool. Very interesting. This one's like a heavy smuggler, like a heavy cargo smuggler. 6 vertical. All right, got 6 vert there. 1 in the back, 2 on the sides. No no reverse thrust at all. Oh, they're hidden in there. It's like none at all would be a bold choice. Hey, Ira, my chat hasn't been having any issues this entire stream, if you can believe that. Man, you can store a lot of little cargo on this thing. Oh, interesting. It's just sort of crammed in there. Be cool if you could interact with things when you're in first person, like press buttons or something. Oh, so okay, so this is going to be something you're going to want to know. See this? Anytime you get the smoke, that means that it's going to cause damage. There's no thruster damage right now, but if you see smoke like that, once they do enable thruster damage, anything that's getting smoke is going to be getting damaged. So just know for this, as you work on these builds, if you see smoke like that, eventually this will be a ship that destroys itself. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, this is very like more of like a heavy duty cargo smuggler. It's sort of like a smuggler disguised as a cargo ship in a way, or just like a cargo ship turned into a race car. I'm really curious to see how the 6 vertical thrusters do on race day. Wonder if that's the secret sauce. I don't think there really is secret sauce or not. It just depends which you can race the best with, really. Interesting though. Yeah, I really like those little cargo things on the side though. It's really cool. Brake, 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 brake. I do like having my good brakes though. Course dependent, of course. Like on that Verdure test course, that first one, you really don't need brakes at any point in that one. Is just, you need all thrusters in the back pretty much. Mark that bad boy there. Drifting? No, okay. All right, so that was the AH6 Smuggler Class Racer by Colonel Spastic. Let's see, we did Carnivores. Carnivores is really cool. The Fastbird, we got Fastbird in here. We did Tower 7s. Did that. So the last one is another Brib one. This was actually one of the, I think, this may have, he did submitted this one really early on too. The Peregrine. Peregrine? This may have been, I think he built this before the Kestrel. Peregrine. Such racer. Definitely race vibes. That thruster there looks really clean with the with that little nacelle. Got some access to batteries. Very nice. Just the one big one in the back, couple small ones. Decent verticals, got side, reverse, and 4 up. So I think this is a similar layout to the Renegade also. A little more on this. Yeah. 4. Peregrine Falcon, it'll be named after. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Just a cool little race build. Yeah, I think this was one of the first. I think this was an early one that was submitted also. Oh, Brib's been cooking also. It's fun to see some of you submitting like multiple builds, to see like a variety of different types and builds, and plus it gives you a collection of your own ships for different track types too. Like this one's much more balanced than the Kestrel is, so come a course that's a little more windy and a little more brake intensive. This one will be useful for that. Nice. So So it seems like yeah, it is a nice looking build. So we almost have like some that look like more like straight up racers like this and the Fang over there, and some of the other ones are like very like speed racer vibes. Then we have sort of the muscle car vibes, and we sort of have just the in-betweens of like shuttles and cargo ship kind of things. How many muscle cars do we end up with? Or muscle-y? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Got 9 kind of muscle car looking ones. There's the muscle car collection. Count it. Can have a sub-series. Lots of cool ones. I think that was all of them. Did we get through all of them? Sorry. Yeah, that was all of them. Man. You guys have been cooking. That was 34 we went through total. Got 34 builds in our collection here. And be sure to hit, like, when you go into these collections, be sure to like hit like on these things, because it'll help us rank up in the collections and more people find it. Same with like the racetracks and everybody's builds and stuff like that. Like, you know, do homies the favor and go into their builds and click like on them to help them move them up the ranks. It helps sort of just kind of get some organic traffic to for people to learn about the racing league and stuff like that. Yeah, pretty cool, guys. You guys have made some really cool builds. So I'll get the community voting thing kind of set up, and I'll need a guinea pig here if someone wants to volunteer as tribute to run a like a test lap here. I want to do like a technical test here to make sure that the stream and what I want to do in Discord can run. So if somebody wants to be a guinea pig and can share their screen and pop into Discord and let me record their screen and try to stream at the same time, and we'll make sure the stream and setup and everything is good to go. Please let me know if somebody can be that guinea pig, because I'd like to just make sure it works before we get fully into the into the actual race day. If not, we just won't do the stream on race day and I'll just record it. But I would like to know if the full setup works. But man, I am so excited to be able to have full multiplayer and see all these things in the course of one time. And who knows what our max player limit is. I mean, you know, in the last one, I think the vanilla servers had 40 people on there, or is it 20? Is it 40 or 20? But even getting 20 people into a race event and lining them up would be huge. And for the race event thing, the like winners and stuff, we'll get like qualified racers titles and stuff like that, which come multiplayer race events. Those will get you like a qualifying pole spot like above others and stuff. So these little like time trials we're going to do are going to be really good qualifiers to more main events and stuff like that. 20 is okay. 20 is the vanilla max. But yeah, we'll see how many we can get. Does somebody want to be my Discord guinea pig? If not, no big deal. I basically just need somebody to pop into Discord and share their screen. You don't even have to like actually like share the game. You don't even have to like actually run a lap or anything like that. I just want to see if the system will. I can't see why I would have issues, to be honest with you. I don't know why it would, because the watching a stream is downloading and uploading is what I would be doing. And uploading is my biggest limitation, because I have cable internet and it has not great upload speeds. That's why I have to stream these in 1080 and not 1440s, because I'm maxing out my upload speeds. But the watching somebody's just downloading. My downloading is great. So all right, Ayers got a moment. While Ayers popping in there, I'm going to show you guys. I've been talking about the other Spec Racer concepts. You're sort of like, this is a really this is a proof of concept. This is not at all a final thing you're going to see. Just no voice. Okay, that's okay. Oh, where'd my mouse go? What the heck? Lost my mouse. So this is like a proof of concept of sort of the spec class we're going to do, but also I was trying to mess around with just like the scale of like a racetrack. So I'm going to race this kind of like barrel racing style, but there'll actually be gates and like a full lap circuit. So I was playing around with configurations. These are obviously super rough builds. I'm literally just throwing armor on just to get the weight up, just to see how different weights feel. But I'm trying to figure out like a really small, like compact, like class that everybody would have the same thruster configuration. You can, so like everyone will have like only 2 forward thrust, only 1 vertical or whatever, and we'll figure it out. Just no voice. It's in your hand. It's in your hand. It's in your hand. I'm not sure what you mean by that. I'm not sure what that means. It's in your hand. I gotta try to think back to what I said 15 seconds ago. But yeah, so we'll have like a smaller class that's sort of like nimble and light, and everybody will be racing the same, but you can greeble however you want, but yeah, just like 2 for whatever. And then the course will be small, so like we have this little like plateau here. So oops, my destructions are on. Classic. It's in your hand. The mouse. It's in my hand. Let me turn off instructions before I forget. But yeah, so like it'll be like a really small course. Like you can kind of see the distance of all these things. These would be like gates. I have them sort of just set up as slalom poles right now, but they'll be actual gates or whatever. But just like a small course that like requires like braking and like really tight cornering. You sort of navigate from one to the next, but it'll actually be like, there'll be like walls kind of, and this will be like a smaller course and really sharp corners, and you'll probably like never hit max speed. Like I'll pull up my speed here. You'll like, there might be like one straightaway that sort of favors like high, or that favors sort of accelerating through or whatever. Cause this course, you know, I'm designing this for the spec race class, but this course can be raced with the smugglers and stuff as well. So this is just sort of a proof of concept. But you can kind of see we have this sort of like plateau area. Let me park this guy back over here. And I'm trying to figure out a weight. Like it'll probably be like around like maybe 15,000 kilograms, because I want to make sure people have room to greeble, obviously.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon. But you see we got this plateau here, so I can sort of make this thing. Oh, thanks for the subscription there. Boy, I don't even know how to say that. Jukin Sheku Moskovich. Thanks for subscribing. But yeah, so we'll have this plateau as a smaller course. We can actually greeble this and make it really decorated and stuff like that, so that we can actually have a really compact course with like cool lights and stuff like that. And it's really small, and you just run a bunch of laps, and then you'll be lapping people when you're racing and stuff. So that's kind of a proof of concept, but there'll actually be gates and stuff like that. Let's jump over to our tech demo. Thanks for popping in here, Ire. So I'm going to move into here, game chat. So let's see. So we got the watch stream. So I'm going to press start recording here on my end, and then I'm going to watch your stream and make this thing full screen. Now let me know, guys, if this is, can I make this full screen? Can I not make this full screen somehow? Yeah, just keep flying around. Like, that's perfect. This is basically just all I need to know, is just if this all these systems work at the same time. Is the stream quality tanking for anybody in chat? How does the stream, that's mostly what I need to know, is that the stream is holding up fine. My computer performance has plenty of bandwidth, so I'm assuming this is okay. And I have Space Engineers open, which wouldn't help. I won't have Space Engineers open when we're actually doing the event. Oh, there's full screen down there. Sweet. And then I'd have a live split time going, so we'd have a actual split app open up here. Oops, did it open? There it is. I got to get my live split app. So we'll have this timer going here, and we'll just be recording like this. And basically, I'll just have the time going. Looks great. Okay, that's good. That is good. Well, if that's the case, we can live stream while we're doing our race event, which would be pretty cool. And then, yeah, I'll have this little lap timer going here, and I'll do splits and stuff. I'll have it actually set up to be proper. And also I'll basically have a loose timer like this, where I'm just going to time it as we're going, but I'll be recording. And so I'll record everybody's like individual lap times and the full lap time. So there'll be some like data tracking I'll have to do while we're doing this and stuff. But and then all the close laps, I'll go back in the recording and see down to the frame who actually won, in case there's a few close lap times, which if we have a bunch of racers, I imagine will probably be pretty close. What are we flying around in here? This is a big boy thruster on the back of this thing. Pretty nifty. Cool. Thanks for being the guinea pig here, Ire. Appreciate it. I know you can't chat, but seems the demo was a success. Cool. Well, we'll stream the race event. That's great news. That is great news. Oh, a little bass down there too. It's cooking up some stuff. Pan to the side. I want to see what the ship is. Let's see what the side of the ship is. Oh, It's nothing now. Cool. Awesome. Well, this works. Thanks, Ire, for the tech demonstration. That was exactly what I needed to know. And I'll stop recording on my OBS now. And then now the other thing too is I'll look at the recording and I'll make sure the recording is actually good quality, because if the recording sucks, then the recordings have to be good, because that's what's going to be like the official time. So I'll double check the recordings and make sure the recordings look good. Man, look at these forests and stuff. This game is crazy. I can't wait to man, I'm just so excited for the future of this game. Just seeing Ire here walking through this forest and stuff is, yeah. Pretty nifty stuff. All right, cool. Well, you can seize your thing if you want, Ire. Or you can keep walking around if you choose to. Do you go for the stroll through the park if you'd like? All right, we'll end that. Stop watching there. Perfect. That was exactly what I needed. Now I'm not nervous going into that event thing. Let's see. Let's close live split. Where's my mouse? Exit live split. No. But yeah, so this will sort of be is our rough proof of concept. And so what I'll do is on the race event thing, if we have like downtime, if like people aren't popping into race and during the window or whatever, then I'll probably just open this up and we'll just keep working on this course, and I'll actually start building it out and figuring out sort of what our spec race is going to be. But just to show you, actually, let's see. Comus is the most recent shatter. What was your ship, Comus? I was going to place the ship with the most recent shatter, which was Comus. Your ship was you had the Homestar. You have another one? Homestar. Let's find the Homestar. Just to show that this size of a course actually still does work for the smugglers as well. So this course will not only be introducing a new class. You were just going until you said stop, but that did look beautiful walking around. Yeah, it sure does. So yeah, so this smaller course will actually work for the smuggler class as well. So not only will this course be a spec race course, but it will also be a course that will function for our smugglers too. So we'll have another course for the smugglers. And then we'll have, just more time trial events. I'll plan on just kind of, every few weeks, we'll just do a time trial event. And I think in terms of like the rewards, like we have the awards for this first one for Homestar Runner, baby. This first event, we have like the 4 awards, right? We have the best circuit time, we have the best lap time, we have the community voted best build, and we have the race engineer. So I think when we do the next time trial for the smugglers, because we sort of already have like an established thing of the smugglers, people can still build smugglers and stuff like that. We probably won't do the race engineer reward one for the smugglers again, but when we do our spec race, we'll kind of open that up again for the spec race. So we'll kind of have those same tier of awards for like the new classes and stuff like that. But we can still have like continuing community votes for like the new smugglers. So as new smugglers come in, we can do more streams for these and have more voting of like the new round of smugglers and stuff like that, and all the new spec races. So yeah, so we're really just getting started with this thing. I mean, we haven't even gotten multiplayer yet, and we've already got a lot of you guys just in here submitting stuff for the racing league. So but you can see how well these smugglers actually race on these like really compact courses, so it'll still be a lot of fun. But as you can see, as I was talking about, I'm going to paste in one of the missile builds. Go to the like the Kestrel here. These on the windy courses, while they're great on the big Smuggler's Gulch, why the control of the ship looks so jerky? It's probably just me jerking it, honestly. Operator smoothness. This type of build is super hard on this guy. Like, this is not raceable on these types of courses. So it just goes to show that different layouts will be ideal for different courses. So I imagine everybody will kind of have an ideal platform for each course that we make, which is what's going to be really fun about this racing class, is just having a variety of different things. Like, I can't even really control this type of build on this type of course. So yeah, 100% design. But yeah, so we'll have our events. Times are posted in Discord. We have March 7th in the evening and March 8th, well, evening Pacific time, and then morning Pacific time, March 8th. If people need a little bit more time to get in, like if people just like need another hour or whatever to be able to make it to the event, we can, you know, as I'm streaming and have the event, we can extend the times or whatever. I'm not, you know, super hard locked on the times. That's just sort of the general window that we'll be doing the races. And then I'll take all the best times. We'll have unofficial times, and I'll take the best times and do an actual review and run them through and figure out an official time, and then we'll have our window and stuff like that. I'll also have I got to get the voting platform set up for our community builds, but I'll probably have the voting open up maybe on like Friday or something like that. I got to figure out the best way to set it up exactly. I want people to be able to have 3 votes, so you can vote on like your 3 favorites, and then just whoever has the most overall votes will be our winner. Plus, when you have 3 votes, it ensures that if you're voting for yourself, you still have to vote for other people as well. So, so I'll figure that out. So is it more the same like SE1 where the ship aims where you move your mouse with gyros? No, so it's more like War Thunder. So like it has this new, it's actually really nice. So you'll see in the center screen, there's the big circle and the small circle. So you move the big circle and the little small circle chases it. Which is really nice. So it's really smooth. So instead of having to like if you're in a big ship that's like really slow, you'd have to sort of like mouse a bunch to like get it to turn. But now if it's like a really big slow ship, you just look to the right and the ship will eventually catch up. It's super clean, super smooth. I really like it. There's very few scenarios where the old system is better. And it mostly is if you're docking like a weirdly shaped ship or something like that and trying to get it flat. Sometimes it can be a little trickier. Maybe sometimes if you're looking in other directions, it's kind of hard to tell exactly where your cursor's at. So having some ghost cursor let you know where your cursors are at. SE1 had this aim style at one time. Everyone hated it. Really interesting. I had so much better. I mean, there's very few scenarios I think where it's worse, and they're very niche scenarios. And it's mostly just like an indicator. Like if you're looking behind you, having like an indicator of just showing your cursors like in the corner or just like transparent on the screen, just so you know where it's aiming, is really all this system needs to be fully fleshed out. But man, it's super smooth. It's so much better than the gyro system before. Especially, you really feel it on like big slow ships. It feels so good when you're like flying frigates around and stuff like that. But I mean, there'll always be some friction to change no matter what it is, even if it's for the better. But yeah, I think that's where we will wrap this up. But man, so many builds already, guys. Again, I can't wait to see more come through. Can't wait to see more have more races classes ready. We'll do some streams probably next week, building this course out and this class out a little bit more. Just got to get through this first race event first. Yeah, appreciate all you guys hanging out here with me and going through all these builds and stuff like that. See you guys in the next one. See you this weekend. Be sure to get be sure to try to be around for the race event. And if you miss it, there'll be more, so don't worry. We'll have plenty more race events coming up. So you guys all take it easy. Stay safe out there in the Almagest. Godspeed, engineers.